Well, all right, y'all, let's start the dang show. And here we go. Another late night edition of the Sheffy Show. We are back like nothing has happened. And yes, we are rocking the all-black Knicks attire for a very important reason. We got to talk about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson went down with the ankle sprain the other game, and yeah, we were a little down and out. Obviously, the Knicks ended up losing in overtime to the Los Angeles Lakers, to be expected without Captain Clutch. Ooh, what did we have? What did we really have without big Captain Clutch in there to pull us out of the depths of being down like that the way he has time and time again? And so without Jalen Brunson moving forward, we gonna need people to step up. So there is a silver lining to it. A couple of silver linings, to be honest. Number one, the injury update itself. Jalen Brunson will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Now, that does not mean he will be back in 2 weeks. I would suspect 4 weeks from now, 1 month, we're going to have to survive the month of March, get him back at the end of the season in April, have him play a couple of games before we get to the playoffs. And here's the blessing in disguise of that. Here's the silver lining. Our guy JB can get some rest. Tom Thibodeau is not going to be able to play him them 45-minute per game sections. We got a tough schedule here in March. So all the Knicks have to do here is survive. Here's the second silver lining, right? Let's say the Knicks go on a little bit of a tailspin without JB and they slide down to that 4th seed. That means we can avoid Boston as the 2 seed, although Miami is still horrifying in the second round. If it's not Boston, it ends up being Cleveland. Here's the other silver lining. And this is the biggest one that I want to get out there to everybody. And we could talk about it. We could talk about it moving forward. And hopefully we see it start tonight. This Knicks team has become increasingly more and more dependent on Jalen Brunson to just do stuff. Like, offense doesn't work out on the first attempt. Literally just throw the ball to Jalen Brunson. Everybody get the hell out of the way, and he's going to make something out of nothing. That's been our offense for a while because Tom Thibodeau isn't a very creative man. So it's going to force this team, it's going to force Tom Thibodeau, and it's going to force its individual players to get a lot more creative, a lot more focused, and put the ball in their dang hands to make something happen. So I'm looking forward to seeing guys like Mikal Bridges step up, Deuce McBride play 30, 40 minutes. We're finally going to get the Deuce McBride minutes that we all have been looking forward to. Tyler Kolek is not with the team, so unfortunately, even if he were available, I don't know how likely it is that Tom Thibodeau would go to him to play. So I'm looking for Mikal Bridges to have a big night tonight. Considering he only took 6 shots against the Lakers, I'm going to need him to take 26 shots here tonight against the Clippers. You need somebody to step up. It's got to be Bridges. He's been a bit of an offensive tailspin as of late. So I'm looking forward to him to step up here tonight. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to go. Let's start the show. Let's get off to on the right foot. Let's pick up a win without our captain JB moving forward, and hopefully we get him back at the end of the season before the playoff run, because we going to need it. Obviously, we going to need it. We're not doing nothing without no JB, so we going to need it. K Hazy, what's up, K Hazy? 25-26, Mike, Maryland Tinsley, big task. Appreciate y'all. Russell Field, of course. Kwame Robertson, Big Rud. Appreciate y'all. Charlie V. Cruz, Eamon Owis, big task. Charlie said Cat and Mikal better show up. Yep, and that's the other guy. Obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns is the other all-star on the team, but coming back after personal reasons, day off, and been dealing with the knee. AP, what's up, AP? I think it was Ian Begley who brought up, like, he's just dealing with the knee for the remainder of the season. He's just going to figure it out, you know. El Tigre C. Tyler was popping, everybody. 25-26 said there were a ton of Knicks fans at Crypto.com Arena. Yes, indeed. I mean, Knicks fans are everywhere, especially in LA. You know, when the Lakers were in played in the Garden. There were a lot of Lakers fans in the Garden. You know, two of the biggest franchises in the league, you're going to find fans in each other's home places. AB said the New York Knicks are now the New York 76ers. Come on, dog. Not even close. Not even close. They're literally a disaster of a franchise. Literally everything they do never works out. In the worst way possible. And the Knicks will pick up a victory here tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers. Deuce McBride, obviously, as he should, gets the start for Jalen Brunson. Expect him to play 40-some odd minutes tonight. Our guy, Miles McBride, couldn't hit anything last night in LA. Hopefully, he's got the touch here tonight because we're going to need it. Absolutely going to need it. Here we go with the tip. The Clippers win it, and James Harden will bring it down, being picked up by OG Anunoby. Harden has it up top, down low. Zubac, wide open dunk. Literally, Towns just standing there. Not what you want to see to start. Not what you want to see to start at all. All right, come on, y'all. Lock in. McBride hands it off to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Towns has it on the right wing. Driving to his right. Blowing past Batum. They put Batum on him. Chris Dunn comes in and just rips it out of Towns' hands. Here comes Chris Dunn bringing it down the other way over to Harden. Harden on the right wing. Inside pass. Zubac, 2 straight dunks. Just to start the game, 2 straight dunks. All right, Towns. No Mitchell Robinson tonight either, as he's not cleared yet to play back-to-backs, which is going to be rough considering that Precious Achiuwa will now fill in to the backup center role, and I don't know about that. Bridges leaves it off. Josh Hart, wide open pull-up 3. You got to take these. No hesitation this time. There's no like, oh, let me turn it down and hand it off to JB, Josh Hart. There's no more of that. You're just going to have to fire away. We need 18 shots from Josh Hart. I need 20-plus shots from Bridges. Harden step back, midi can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Towns gets it over to Anunoby, who'll bring it down. Hit it head to McBride. McBride has it on the left wing. Coming to his right. Harden switches on to McBride. Dancing around a Towns screen. Batum switches onto him over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart down low to Towns, who has Harden on him. Fall away jumper in the paint, can't get it to go. Josh Hart comes flying in for the rebound. Tries to bounce past it over to Anunoby. Kawhi Leonard steps in and steals it. And then Towns fouls Kawhi in the backcourt. Mike said we just collapsed last night. I mean, once JB goes down, they didn't have too many options after that. Like I said, this team and Tom Thibodeau in particular have become increasingly more and more dependent on Jalen Brunson. And now that he's out, it's going to force them to get creative. Rob Jaworski, what's up, Rob? Kawhi coming to his left, pocket pass to Zubac, who puts up a floater. Comes up short, can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound, he's bringing it down. It's 4-0. 10 minutes to go. Over to Bridges. Bridges up top being guarded by Dunn. Coming to his left. Snaking his way down the lane. Step back. Fall away jumper in the paint. Comes up short. Chris Dunn with the rebound. He's going to bring it down. Dunn has it up top. Crosses over to his left. Kicks it out. Batum relocates out of the right corner and knocks down a 3. And it's a 7-0 start. And the Knicks offense is sputtering. Let's call a spade a spade. Come on, Knicks. McBride's going to break it down. We're going to call a timeout immediately. We got to talk things over immediately. We got to talk things over. Come on, man. Come on. Russell Field, what's up, Russell? Deuce. Hopefully he steps up tonight. Rob Jaworski said, what's up? You think Tyler Kolek will get burned tonight? Tyler Kolek is not with the team. He was in Westchester. He's on a flight. He'll be back for, I believe, Sacramento's the next game. Sacramento is the next game. He'll be with the team on Monday, but he is not with the team today, Rob. So he will not play. AP said, and I think Leon Rose on the clock now. He's been here 5 years. The honeymoon is over. He cashed in the chips already. Maybe the next GM will be the basketball man instead of a lawyer. Leon Rose is absolutely not on the clock. 0. He still has literally as much time as he wants. To be the GM. You don't get fired after your first year of cashing in the chips, right? If 3 years from now and it hasn't worked out and there's no pivot moves out of it, that's when you start to feel, that's when the clock starts. It doesn't start now. He's been here for 5 years. Yeah, he took over a team that was starting Nerlens Noel and Elfrid Payton, dog. Like, come on, man. He didn't take over a team that was flushed with assets either. You know, he took over a team where their best player was Julius Randle and he was a disaster. And he brought in Tom Thibodeau and they turned it around. He's not on the clock at all, not even close. Not even close. Listen, they clown Knicks fans for saying they got no patience, and forever we were like, no, we got patience. We could do a rebuild. And now all of a sudden, like, don't lose patience, y'all. Don't lose patience. They're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. AP said, I'm for whatever gets Tom Thibodeau fired. A lot of people are with AP. I'm not too far behind you either. Right? I think you're a lot further down the line in that direction than I am, but I'm not too far behind you. I'm saying, like, hold on, wait one more second. I'm about to hop on the bus with you, on the Fire Tom Thibodeau bus with you. But like I said, Tom Thibodeau will never be fired. I'd be more surprised if he was fired than if he weren't the coach next year. Right? I think what will happen is they'll build around the edges. They'll sign some role guys. They'll make some small moves here and there this offseason. And then they'll be like, all right, Tom Thibodeau, we filled out the bench for you. And they'll give him one more chance next year. But I'm with you. I don't think anything changes. We know who Tom Thibodeau is, and I've seen enough personally. Mark said, I've seen enough. This road trip is cooked. Yeah, I mean, literally the first game of the West Coast road trip, never a good sign. Never a good sign to get that. Right when your top player goes down. Kevin Patrick Hogan, what's up, Kev? Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? We're back into it. They get it into McBride. McBride coming to his left off the screen, snaking it back to his right hand, pulling it back out with Zubac switches onto him. McBride step back three, line me up. Deuce McBride comes up short, and the Knicks remain scoreless. Harden home run pass to Zubac, who beat the Knicks down the court. McBride knocks it out of his hand. Zubac picks it back up. They show two. They swing it around now over to Harden. Harden has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Harden directing traffic. Has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Dancing with it now. Step back deep, pull up three. Comes up short, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Zubac had it, lost it, gets it back, loses it again. Can't get the tip to go. Towns comes over for the rebound, and the Knicks hit ahead. Bridges driving it down, loses it, picks it back up, gets blocked at the basket by Zubac. Just going up soft now, just going up soft. Kawhi bringing it down, he has it up top. Being guarded by Anunoby, they swing it over to Harden. Harden being guarded by McBride on a mismatch. Cross-court pass to Kawhi. Kawhi coming to his right off the screen. Kawhi leaning in, step back, pull up mid-range jumper, and we know he knocks those down, gets that one to go over Anunoby. McBride bringing it down. The Knicks are 0 for 5 to start the game. Not a good sign whatsoever. They hit it over to Towns. Towns got a free lane to the basket, goes up and he throws it down on a miscommunication completely from the Clippers. But the Knicks get an easy one. There we go. Take the lid off the basket. Hopefully we can move forward now. Kawhi has it on the right wing. Coming to his right, dancing with it. McBride steps out to guard him. On a switch, McBride, Harden calling for a screen from Zubac. Some miscommunication with the Clippers going on right now. Harden gets it back, coming to his left off the handoff, putting his head down, throws the lob over the top. McBride comes over to knock it loose. Anunoby picks it up, hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart leaves it off for McBride. McBride on the left wing for a three. Late contest from Harden, and McBride lines me up. Okay, like I said, now that we took the lid off, we're going to start knocking down some shots. We back into it, y'all. We back, and we just needed an easy one. We got it. Now we're back in. Chris Dunn has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Throws it over the top to Zubac. Zubac being guarded by Towns. Hands it off to Harden. Harden, they go under the screen, daring him to shoot. Harden comes up short on the three, can't get it to go. Here comes Josh Hart. Harden coming off a 50-point game. Clearly not in the same rhythm yet to start this one. McBride has it on the right wing. Pump fakes, blows past Zubac over to Hart. Hart driving it down. Cross-court pass to Anunoby. Lined up a left wing three, well contested. Didn't matter, knocked it down. And like I said, now that the lid is off, now that we got the easy two-pointer, now the shots are going to start falling just like that. It's 9-8 with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. In our first action without JB, Kawhi has it up top, fires a deep straightaway three, comes up short. Karl-Anthony Towns with the rebound. Here comes McBride. McBride up top, bringing it down, has it up top, being guarded by Dunn. Dancing with it, waiting for a screen, coming to his left off the Town screen, driving it down, a double screen. Anunoby sets up another screen. Bridges picks up the offensive rebound off the McBride, pull up two, miss, and he lays it up and in. We gonna need contributions from everybody, y'all, from absolutely everybody. Here comes James Harden. The Knicks are on a 10-0 run. They get it over to Chris Dunn. Dunn has it on the left wing, down low to Zubac in the post, in the high post, being guarded by Towns. He's going to back him down, trying to work his way down low. They show two. Zubac inside, Dunn, able to catch it, goes up, lays it up and in. I don't know why we bring in the double team. Just tell Karl-Anthony Towns, guard that straight up. Just tell him guard it straight up. They swing it over to Josh Hart, hands it off to Bridges, coming to his left, driving it down, be tough with it. Leaves it off for McBride, he pump fakes. Now out to Anunoby. Anunoby on the left wing. Gets it over to Towns in the post, being guarded by Harden. Inside pass to Josh Hart, gets a lefty layup, and now we're moving and grooving. Now we're moving and grooving. Now we're finding the creases in the Clippers defense. Michael Rogers, El Tigre, was popping everybody. Kawhi on the left wing catches and pump fakes. Kawhi calling for a screen, coming to his left, driving it down. Josh Hart sticking with him. Kawhi trying to back him down, has it in the post, getting to get to a spot in the paint. And they call an offensive foul on Kawhi using that off arm. Get off of me. Get off of me. We're hooping. We're hooping. Sky's not falling yet, y'all. Sky is not falling yet. We gonna be all right moving forward, like I said. Like I said. McBride on the right wing, coming to his left. Driving it down in the paint. Low pull-up jumper in the paint. In and out, can't get it to stay. Fight for the rebound. Towns tip, can't go. Kawhi snatches the rebound, and now he's bringing it down. Kawhi has it up top, dancing with it. Down low to Zubac, being mismatched by Bridges, and Bridges reaches in, but they call a foul on Mikal Bridges, I believe. Kawhi up top to Zubac. Zubac coming to his right. Gets it over to Harden. Harden driving to his left. Anunoby sticking with him. Harden has it up top. Pulling it back out. Dancing with it. Quick crossover to his right. Driving it down. Draws the foul on OG Anunoby. OG Harden at work there. Just leaning in, waiting for Anunoby to stick that arm out. He goes right into it. Draws that foul. Draws that foul. Daniel Malbons. What's up, Daniel? Mike said the Lakers started collapsing on us and we had no answer. Yeah, the answer is Jalen Brunson, and then and then when he went out, the Knicks had no answer. The answer is Jalen Brunson. The Knicks are gonna have to find different answers. They're gonna have to find different answers. Kay Hazy said, "Look at Hart playing defense. Finally, getting guys playing some defense again." Harden knocks down both of his free throws. McBride bringing it down. Has it up top, gets it over to Hart. Hart being guarded by Zubac, coming to his left. Hits Bridges trying to cut back door. Zubac knocks it away, kicks it out to Anunoby, up top, pump fakes, driving to his left, step back, fall away mid-range two. Bouncing on the rim a couple of times, can't hold on to it, fight for the rebound. They knock it out of Towns' hands. Here comes James Harden. Harden has it up top, dancing with it. Inside to Zubac, who's got post positioning over OG Anunoby, lays it up and in with the left hand. If only Towns can just play like Zubac, down low. If only he could just establish position early and then just attack the mismatches. But we're not getting that. We're not getting that. McBride up top, crossing over to his left. Feeds Josh Hart, coming down the lane, puts up the floater, gets it to go. McBride out there, directing the offense, playing the two-man game with Josh Hart there. Nice, easy floater for Josh. Both of these teams going back and forth now. Kawhi up top, coming to his right. McBride guarding him, dancing around the screen. A pull-up straightaway three for Kawhi. Comes up short again. Fight for the rebound. Towns can't box out Batum, but Batum throws it away right to McBride. Josh Hart shovels it over to Towns, who goes up, gets fouled by Zubac. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. And it's a 14-15 game with 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Gigi said, I know most of you guys love Hart. I differ from that. I think Brunson's friendship with Hart impedes him from getting others involved. I think that's more on Tom Thibodeau. Like, if that's the case, then split them up. Like, the offense is surrounded about getting the ball to Brunson, and nobody gets the ball to Brunson better than Josh Hart. And the reason why Josh Hart is involved in all these actions is because he's constantly being guarded by center because he refuses to shoot threes. And if the center is playing off of Josh Hart, then you have a two-man game where you could play the handoff game between Brunson and Josh Hart. It's literally got nothing to do other than the fact that Tom Thibodeau just refuses to never play Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart apart. Like, Josh Hart would be so much more effective playing with the bench unit because he can push the pace and create offense, especially for a bench unit that struggles to create offense. You don't need Josh Hart out there with Jalen Brunson when Jalen Brunson is the guy creating the offense. Right? You need more spacing, which is why we've been talking about, it's probably better in the long term to have McBride start instead of Josh Hart, but, Towns knocks down both free throws. Batum bringing it down, gets it over to Zubac in the high post. Zubac, as Bogdanovich has checked into the game, Hands it off to Harden. Harden, cross-court pass. Batum, wide open right corner three. Splashes. McBride will bring it down, 18-16. 3:30 to go. McBride has it on the left wing. Tries to get it up top to Josh Hart. Batum jumps the passing lane. He's going to drive it down on Josh Hart and gets the ready layup to go. And Josh Hart shot out of a cannon. Euro steps around Zubac and gets the 2 points right back. Knew you needed the 2 points right back. Quickly got it. Now you got to get a defensive stop and get a score. Harden has it up top, coming to it right up the Zubac screen. Snaking it back to his left hand. Harden, step back, foul line jumper over Josh Hart. Good defense, didn't matter. Better offense from Harden. Got it to go. The Knicks will bring it down. Josh Hart has it on the left wing. Hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby coming to his left off the Josh Hart screen. Driving it down. Knocked out of his hands. Anunoby picks it back up. Steps through. Inside to Josh Hart. Kicks it out McBride. A right wing three for Deuce. Deuce McBride misses it. Anunoby comes flying in for the offensive rebound, though. Shoves it over to Hart. Hart has it on the right wing. Coming to his left. Steps back for a straightaway three. Josh Hart lines me up from three. Okay. But you're going to need Portland Josh Hart. If you guys remember Portland Josh Hart, that's when he got his career high 44 points. He was essentially like the first option there when Damian Lillard was out with an injury. As Zubac across the lane, can't knock down the righty hook shot over Towns. Good defense from Towns. That's what I'm saying. Don't bring the double team. Harden jumps the Josh Hart in transition, knocks it loose. Anunoby picks it up, leaves it off for Josh Hart. Josh Hart puts up the little floater, can't get it to go. Towns comes flying in, fighting for the rebound, can't hold on to it. Derrick Jones Jr. picked it up. He shot out of a cannon. Now he's going to slow it down. Leaves it off for Bogdanovich. Puts up a left wing three. Can't get it to go in transition. Towns with the rebound. Here comes Josh Hart. A pretty fast-paced game. Both teams getting up and down the court right now. Not a whole lot of scoring. The perimeter shots are not falling down for either side in particular, but especially the Clippers. They're firing away. Can't knock them down right now. Anunoby goes across the baseline, goes up, and gets the finish to go. And a timeout for the Clippers. Timeout for the Clippers. Charlie said, get Zubac in foul trouble early. I mean, it would be great, but, you know. Noah Linden, what's up, Noah? Michael Rogers said Towns is slow and goofy. He is dealing with the knee. That's probably going to bother him the remainder of the season. Russell Field said, who is the offense going to run through the most tonight? It should run through Towns the most. It should. It's not like he's come out of the gate ready to go with that responsibility, but K. Hazy said, the Knicks need to win just off the strength of disrespectful cat sign in the audience. I haven't seen it. What's going on in the audience, K. Hazy? AP said, now you've seen the complaints about Towns that had in Minnesota. Learn about a player when you see him every day. I don't think anybody's surprised with what they've seen from Karl-Anthony Towns, though, AP. Like, if anybody is like a little bit more than a casual fan, everybody knows what the complaints of Karl-Anthony Towns was. Right? I had no say. I didn't vote yes on the Karl-Anthony Towns deal. He's wearing an orange and blue jersey. Like, you know, like you just got to, like, what am I going to not root for Karl-Anthony Towns? He's wearing orange and blue. I got to root for him. Right? You can literally go back to last season. I advocated for keeping Randall over Karl-Anthony Towns, and people were like, oh, Towns is better than Randall. I'm like, I don't know. They're kind of the same player, you know? And I'd rather keep Julius Randall than make an all-in deal for Karl-Anthony Towns. Mike said Towns doesn't like to play down low. I think it's a mixture. I think he'd obviously rather be out on the perimeter. I think Tom Thibodeau's offense demands that. Not demands, but asks for him to be out on the perimeter more often. He's not great at establishing position and holding that position, right? Doesn't have a strong lower body to do that. He's also dealing with the knee injury, which makes his lower body a little bit weaker, but, all these things contribute. Also, just getting a lot more comfortable out in the perimeter, which is where Tom Thibodeau has had him most of the time. Like, the positioning of players on a team is often to where the coach's offensive system wants them to be. So when you see Towns out on the perimeter majority of the time, it's because Tom Thibodeau's asking him to be out on the perimeter majority of the time, right? He wants to take advantage of the fact that he's a really good three-point shooter. But just having him stand there is not taking advantage of that, Ray, what's up, Ray? Rishi Rich, what's up, Rishi? Harden driving it down, kicks it out to nobody. Shaman picks up the steal. He's going to drive it down, go all the way to the basket, gets fouled by Bogdanovich. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. K. Hazy said there was a sign with the word, scaredy over Cat's face. Yeah, I mean, that's just, Draymond Green's and Chris Broussard's fault for being weirdos. Shaman knocks down the first free throw. Grayson Town should be point guard. Shaman knocks down both of them. Thank you, Landry Shaman. Gigi said, Tibbs, playing out of position. Why do you think they had issues in Minnesota? I don't think he's playing out of position. I do think you have to be better at putting him in as Harden steps back for a 3 over Shaman. God, I'm touching earth. Come on, Shaman. You can't get put in the game and immediately get put on highlight reel. Come on, Doug. Tom Thibodeau doesn't do a great job with rotations. We know this, right? Karl-Anthony Towns, he is not creative with the guys he has out there. Anunoby has it up top, coming to his right, dancing with it. As Amir Coffey switches onto him, a step back straightaway 3 for Anunoby, can't get it to go. Harden with the box out and rebound over Achua. Harden will bring it down, being guarded by Precious, coming to his right. Harden's going to dance with it now against Achua now. Step back, right wing 3 over James Harden. Just knocked one down. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Eubanks. Ball's going to go back to the Knicks. Under a minute to go. 2 Toxic Kitties. What's up, 2 Toxic? I really believe the 2022 Knicks were deeper and tougher. They were deeper, and their personality was to be tougher. They were not better, though. And I know we, as Towns drives it in, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. I know we vibe as a New York fan base, more so with that team. That team was not better, though. The Knicks do need to get deeper, and they need to get tougher, but they are still better. As Harden steps back on the right wing, same shot, different result, knocks it down over Precious Achua this time. McBride rushing it down the other way, quick crossover to his left, in the paint, surrounded by 2 defenders, kicks it out to Towns. Towns steps back for a right wing 3. Towns in and out, can't get it to stay. Bogdanovich with the rebound. Harden will bring it down. Harden has it up top, coming to his left. Over the top to Bogdanovich on the right wing, driving it down in the corner. Derrick Jones Jr., right corner 3, splashes it. Here comes McBride. 2 straight threes for the Clippers, giving them a 6-point lead. McBride, a pull-up 3 at the end of the quarter, can't get it to go. And that will be the end of the first quarter. K. Hazy said Cat is forcing it. He feels the pressure. I think he's taking the same shots he's always taken. I don't see a difference in his shot attempts. I don't think he's forcing it. Check the score. Gave 3 points to the wrong side. Appreciate you, Zero Tolerance. Big Taz said, come on, Knicks, we got this. Gigi said, why not go with Kolek? We need a PG that can create for Cat. Why not give it a try? Because Kolek is not with the team. Kolek is with the G League team. Should the Knicks have managed that situation better and brought Kolek up the second they saw Jalen Brunson roll the ankle? Sure. It happened last night. Unlikely that we're going to be able to, unless they can get the private jet, unlikely that we're going to be able to get Kolek in the building for the game tonight. And then even more unlikely is that he would have came in and played good minutes coming fresh off a plane. You know what I mean? So he's going to be with the team on Saturday when they play the Kings. He's not with the team now. Charlie said, all I heard from Bridges the whole first quarter is he committed a foul. Yeah. We've been talking about Mikal Bridges is going to have to step up with Brunson out. And I'm going to pull up the box score now, and we're going to wait until halftime before we fully break down the box score. But just real quick, I think he's got 2 points on 2 shot attempts. Bridges, 1 for 3 from the field. Took 3 shots, 4 shots for Anunoby, 5 shots for Towns, 6 shots for McBride, 6 shots from Josh Hart. So everybody's getting shots up. except for Mikal Bridges, who has the least amount of shot attempts in that first quarter and probably should be tied for the most, or at least the second most. You got to get shots up, man. You are the guy. You are now the guy. You are now the perimeter guy. You are the guy, right? Towns is the guy. You know, he's the all-star. He's averaging 25 a game this season, whatever. You have to be the perimeter guy, Mikal Bridges. You did it in Brooklyn to mixed results, but you got a better running mate in Karl-Anthony Towns. You should be able to make that work to some degree for a couple of games here as we figure things out, and you just shine away from the moment, big dog. You're shying away from the moment. You're not even having to take the toughest matchup tonight in James Harden. Come on. Bridges is back into the game to start the second quarter, along with Campaign, Achua, Josh Hart, and Shamet. Bridges has it up top, attacking to his left, down the lane, and he draws a foul, goes all the way to the basket. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. He didn't drive it in, step back, little fall away jumper. No, he drove it in, leaned in, drew the foul, got it up on the rim, couldn't get the basket to go, but he drew a foul. That's what I'm talking about. Now knock down your free throws, big dog. Get back into your bag, get into the basket drawing fouls. That's the Mikal Bridges we all want to see. We don't want to see the little fallaways 10 feet away once you got a point guard on you. You too big, you too skilled. Come on, man. Knocks down the first free throw. There we go. I want 25 from Mikal tonight, at least. At least. Gigi said, call him up. Damn, Tibbs, man. It's not a Tibbs thing. It's not even a Knicks thing. He's out there in New York, in Westchester. There's no way he was going to be able to get on a flight last night and make it here for the game and play good minutes. They're going to bring him in. They were like, well, he's not going to play the next day against the Clippers, so we're going to just bring him in when they need to bring him in. As the Knicks calls a turnover, good defense from Shamet. Bogdanovich gets a knocked out of bounds off of his leg as Campaign brings it down. He'll be here on Saturday for the Kings game. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Or Saturday? Monday. I keep saying Saturday. The Kings game is Monday. My bad. As Mikal Bridges draws another foul. This is what I'm talking about. Bridges. This is the Bridges we need. Lean in, draw a foul, get to the basket. Hopefully that first quarter he was like, damn, what am I doing? I got to step up. Let's do it. Come on. Hopefully one of the assistant coaches went to him and they were like, hey, dog, what are you doing? There's no JB out there anymore. This is the Mikal Bridges show. Ball's got to be in your hands. You got to make something happen. Bridges knocks down yet another free throw. He knocked down the previous ones. Key Hazy said, Shamet might be a good piece to keep next season. I like his energy. I don't know. I don't know moving forward. I don't know about that. He's not terrible, but there's a reason why he's on a new team every season. There's definitely ways to upgrade that position. I'm not saying he's got to be off the team, but he can't be your 7th, 8th, or 9th man anymore. You know? Kawhi has it in the high post on the right wing. Pass fake, pump fake, gets it over to Eubanks. Eubanks dribbles it down, puts up a righty floater along the baseline. Can't get it to go over Achua. Good defense from the Knicks, forcing a bad shot there. Josh Hart with the rebound, bringing it down. Josh Hart, pass fake, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges driving to his left. In the paint, gets fouled again. That's what I'm talking about. 3 straight drawn fouls from Mikal Bridges. You're that guy, Mikal. You're the guy. Come on, man. Carrie, what's up, Carrie? Does the Brunson injury mean for the Knicks? It means that they are going to struggle for the next month mightily, and probably into early April as well. They're going to really struggle to hold on to that 3 seed. They're going to be fighting with the Bucks and the Pacers for that 3, 4, 5 seed. As Bridges struggling with his handle, step back long two over Harden, got it to go. That's what I'm talking about, Mikal. But it's an opportunity. It's a silver lining for it. There's an opportunity for them to figure some things out outside of Jalen Brunson's offense. And Mikal Bridges starting to figure some things out. This is what we've been asking for. Mikal Bridges needs to step up here. And he's been stepping up to start the second quarter. Kawhi step back, baseline jumper over Hart. Comes up short, can't get it to go. Achua, nice big strong rebound. And here comes Campaign bringing it down. He has it up top. He's going to be picked up by Coffee. Down low to Bridges. Again, post positioning. Stop, pump fake. Kicks it out up top to Achua. He didn't have positioning. Achua's going to drive it down. Lefty layup off glass. Got it to go past Eubanks. And now suddenly the Knicks are hooping. Now that Mikal Bridges has realized that he's a damn good basketball player again. Bogdanovich has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Gets it over to Kawhi. Kawhi hands it off to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic coming to his right off the Eubanks screen, driving it down. Pocket pass to Eubanks, going up, gets blocked by Precious Achiuwa, and the bench is stepping up. Campaign bringing it down. He's going to stop and pop for a straightaway three. A terrible shot. Can't get it to go. And a loose ball foul on Amir Coffey, trying to keep Precious Achiuwa off the glass. Ray said we need a new coach. A lot of people share the same opinion. I'm not too far behind you. Not too far behind you in that opinion. But they're not changing coaches now. That is an off-season question that will be answered in the off-season. So the Knicks are going to be able to get the possession back. 14 back on the shot clock. Just under 10 to go. Bridges gets it in the Campaign. Campaign coming to his left, dancing with it, being guarded and picked up by Derek Jones Jr. Campaign in the lane, puts up the lefty floater, can't get it to go. Jones Jr. with the rebound, he's going to bring it down, has it on the left wing. Campaign picks him up. Jones Jr. coming to his right, hands it off to Coffey. Coffey down low to Jones Jr., rolling to the basket, blows the dunk. Campaign picks it up, and he's going to bring it down. Josh Hart putting his head down, attacking, layup off glass, blows the layup for Josh Hart. Good defense from Bogdanovic, not to foul. Here comes Coffey. Coffey coming the other way, hands it off to Dunn, back up top to Bogdanovic. Coming to his left off the Jones Jr. screen. Step back, left wing three, good contest from Precious Achiuwa. Bridges knocks the rebound away. Home run pass to Achiuwa, who beats the defense down the court, and he throws down a two-handed slam. And this is how the Knicks need to play. Defense needs to lead the offense. You don't want to run an excessive half-court offense. This is how they should play when Jalen Brunson's out there. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that this is a silver lining opportunity. The silver lining in the garbage situation and the Knicks are in, finding themselves in without their star point guard, their star player out there, the guy who creates everything for them offensively, the situation they find themselves in, the silver lining to it is the fact that now it's going to force, not even allow, it's going to force other guys to realize, oh, I forgot I'm a really good basketball player. Welcome to the Knicks, Mikal Bridges. Welcome to the Knicks. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like we were saying that a while ago when Bridges was getting like a 20 every now and again, and he had that big game on Christmas Day against the Spurs, and it was like, oh, Mikal Bridges realizing he's that guy again. This is great. This is a great situation for the Knicks to be in. And then all of a sudden, he went real quiet again. And then now that Jalen Brunson's out, Mikal Bridges, after a really quiet first quarter, started to pick up his game. Drew 3 straight fouls. That has not happened a single time this whole season. I want to look up, if somebody could look up for me, what is the most amount of free throw attempts Mikal Bridges has had this season? Because so far tonight, he's already taken 4, and there's 9 minutes to go in the quarter. He's taken 4 free throws. Charlie said, now the Knicks are unpredictable with Jalen Brunson not playing. Yeah, there's good and bad into that, because the game will slow down to a half-court situation if it's close down the stretch. And the Knicks don't have a go-to guy anymore. It's going to have to be Mikal Bridges. Can he step up and do that? Maybe. He hasn't shown it this year outside of one game on Christmas Day, but, you know, when the game is close, the Knicks go to Jalen Brunson, and for good reason. But Gigi said, now let's say that the Knicks come out with a winning record in the JB absence. When he comes back, he should rethink getting his teammates more involved. I don't think that's the Jalen Brunson thing, Gigi. I think the offense is set up in a way where, listen, you guys have to understand, this is not pickup basketball. You know, there is a system in place. The system dictates that the team tries to get the ball in the hands of their best player in a spot on the court in which they want it, so that the player who can create an advantage draws 2 on the ball, and then they can get their teammates involved, right? And if a defense who has good defenders never brings 2 to the ball, then an advantage is never created for the other guys. This is an issue with Tom Thibodeau's offense. This is not an issue with the players. This is an issue with Tom Thibodeau's offense. You know? Like, it's not, the Cleveland Cavaliers Donovan Mitchell didn't suddenly go, oh, I have to get my teammates more involved when he was in Cleveland. Kenny Atkinson came in, and he said, actually, this is the kind of offense we're going to play. more egalitarian. Everyone's going to get a touch. We're going to play more out of Evan Mobley, and you guys are going to get him more involved. As Shamit jumps the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. Jalen Brunson is averaging 7.5 assists, which is a career high. Had 10 assists last night. And didn't it feel like it was a whole lot of Jalen Brunson? He's trying to get his teammates involved. But when Mikal Bridges gets the ball and then gives it right back to Jalen Brunson, it's not a Jalen Brunson issue. Right? When Josh Hart gets the pass and he's wide open from three, as Coffee misses a three, Josh Hart comes flying for the rebound, and Josh Hart, instead of taking the three, looks to hand it right back to Jalen Brunson. It's not a Jalen Brunson issue. That's an offense issue. It's another player's issue. You got to be able to take charge at some point. Bridges, a fall-away jumper off a nice pass from pressures Achua as he cut back door, gets it to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Bridges up to 10 points. He's got 8 this quarter, y'all. DCL Love. What's up, DCL? Bogdanovich has it in the post. Gets it down low to Zubac, being guarded by Achua. Zubac with the size and strength advantage. He's going to back him down. He's a great post player. Leans in. Righty hook shot. Gets it to go. One of the best hook shots in the league nowadays. And Bridges bringing it down the other way. I love the ball being in Mikal Bridges' hands a lot. They get it up top to Campaign. Campaign calling out a set. Payne gets it over to Achua. Achua. Coming to his left. Fall-away jumper over Zubac. Terrible shot, but he got it to go. Got a nice friendly roll. Okay, Precious. You know, he's been knocking those down a lot more often lately. Maybe I just got to give him the benefit of the doubt at this point. Zubac has it up top, driving to his right. Euro stepping to his left. Lefty layup. Blows the layup. Achua knocks it loose. Josh Hart picks it up. He's bringing it down. The Knicks with a 6-point lead with 7:30 to go. And I never restarted the timer. My bad. Achua gets the pass from Josh Hart down the lane. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart comes flying in. Can't save the rebound. Bogdanovich pushing the other way. It's a 4-on-3. They get it out to Kawhi. Kawhi extra pass to Amir Coffee. Right corner 3. Gets it to go. Josh Hart crashing the glass. Ended up in a 4-on-3 situation for the Knicks. The Knicks get burned. Campaign has it up top, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges is going to dance around the Achua screen, coming to his left. Kicks it out to Payne. Payne a right wing 3 over Kawhi. Campaign answers right back with a 3 of his own. Keeping the Knicks with a 6-point lead here. 42-36. Dunn has it up top, gets it over to Bogdanovich, coming to his left. Off the Zubac screen, up top to Dunn. Dunn. Back to Bogdanovich. Now down low to Zubac. Zubac hits Kawhi cutting back door, but a bad pass from Zubac. Kawhi couldn't quite get to it, and the ball going back to the Knicks. DCL said New York should do the pick and roll to find mismatch every given night. Might anyone be the go-to guy? Just do the Lakers offense. Yes, the Lakers. Let's just do the Lakers offense, where they have Luka Doncic and LeBron James, 2 of the smartest players to ever live. Let's just do what the Lakers do. How hard could it be to just have Luka and LeBron? Let's just do what they do. Clearly, it's working. Bridges down the lane, knocked out of his hand, but it's off his leg. Bridges saying it wasn't off of me. He got knocked out of bounds. Show the replay. It is off of Bridges. It was knocked out of his hands, but Bridges was the last one to touch it. Kawhi has it in, almost had it in the high post. Pass was too high, he couldn't hold on to it. Ends up going out of bounds. Some sloppy play from the Clippers, allowing the Knicks to get back into this one. A little over 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Still a 6-point lead for the Knicks. Still a 6-point lead. Justice's dad, what's up, Justice's dad? Doug, what's up, Doug? Harden underrated? He has been this season. He has been underrated this season. But the thing about James Harden, people just don't believe that he's going to win long term. As Town steps back for a 3, knocks it down. A lot of confusion as Mikal Bridges would come to the basket. A lot of attention being paid to Mikal Bridges. Towns ends up with a wide open 3 and he knocks it down. Kawhi bringing it down. Dancing with it. Coming to his right. Off the Zubac screen. Driving it down against Josh Hart. Kicks it out to Harden. Harden on the right wing trying to answer. Anunoby a little late to close out. And Harden knocks it down. Got to get out there, man. You got to get out there, guys. Towns has it up top. Gets it over to Payne. Payne driving to his left on Kawhi. Leans in. Scoop blade with the left hand. Can't get it to go. And here come the Clippers pushing the other way. Harden has it up top. Bounce pass to Kawhi. Kawhi a straightaway 3. He's been missing all night. But, of course, he knocks that one down. Warming into the game now. And just like that, it's back to a 3-point game. 45-42. Knicks had a 9-point lead. 2 straight threes for the Clippers brings it back to 3, and a timeout from the Knicks. DCL said all the Lakers do is find mismatches. I wonder why that works for them, DCL. It's almost like they have the 2 greatest mismatch hunters in NBA history in Luka and LeBron. I wonder why that offense works for them. Ray said messed up how Harden did Philly. Or maybe it's messed up how Philly did Harden. Right? Clearly, Daryl Morey promised something to James Harden. And then when it came time for Daryl Morey to pay up, clearly did not look to pay up. I don't really like Harden. But clearly something on Philly's side went wrong in not offering him a specific contract, which ended up with him being traded to the Clippers. Clearly something went wrong there. Justice's dad said, Big Z about to go for 50 and nothing we can do about it. I don't know, just be a little bit more tough and be ready to dig down low more often. That would help. But Zubac has some big scoring games in his career. And it's come off of situations where teams are down big men and he can take advantage of smaller guys who step in. Mike said Knicks stopped playing defense last night. It's almost like it's really difficult to play defense against Kawhi, against Luka and LeBron. It's almost like it's really difficult to play defense against those guys, you know? Sometimes you got to tip your cap to the opponent, man. It's not always because the Knicks didn't do something. Sometimes the other team did something, you know? Coming into to start the overtime period, Luka hit 2 absolutely ridiculous shots over extremely well contest from Karl-Anthony Towns, a 7-footer. And Luka knocked them both down. A step back 3 and a fall away one-legged mid-range jumper out of the pick and roll. You know, 2 terrible shots. But because he's Luka Doncic, he knocked it down. That's what great players do. It's what superstar players do. Which, you know, is always going to make it insane as to how Dallas decided to trade the guy. GG said, had Bridges taken the last shot yesterday, Knicks would have won and JB would have not gotten injured. I mean, NBA history is filled with ifs, man. It's basketball. Guy rolled his ankle. AB said, wow, they're actually winning. If they wanted to keep Tibbs, they have to play for his job. I think the excuse is built in, man. The excuse is built in. If the Knicks struggle here, they could always say, well, we didn't have Jalen Brunson. As Bridges kicked the ball to Campaign in the corner, he steps out of bounds. The excuses are built in for Tom Thibodeau here. I think he's in a pretty damn good spot. Harden has it on the right wing, up top to Zubac. Towns does a good job knocking the ball out of his hands, has to get it out by the three-point line, hands it off to Harden. Harden being chased by Bridges, down low to Zubac, steps through, gets it knocked out of his hands by Payne. Good hands from Campaign. That's what I'm talking about. You got to come over, dig down low, get your hands in there as guards. That's how you guard big men. That's how you guard big men. AB said, let's see who's going to grow. So far, Mikal Bridges has stepped up, and he's been playing great in the second quarter. And get it over to Kawhi. Kawhi has it in the high post on the left wing, being guarded by Josh Hart, backing him down along the paint. Fall-away jumper, 14 feet away, can't get it to go. Towns, good box out on rebound. Josh Hart has it on the right wing, up top to Towns. Towns fakes the handoff. Coming to his right, inside pass to Anunoby. A bad pass from Towns, goes out of bounds. Bad pass from Towns. GG said, why did the Knicks always turn the ball over right after a timeout? That's what got them in trouble yesterday. Yeah, they're out of timeout. Situations this season have been absolutely horrendous. And that falls squarely on the coach. Obviously, the players have to execute as Kawhi knocks down a mid-range jumper. The players have to execute, but if your team is not ready, as Campaign blows by Zubac for an easy layup, beautiful. That's what you need, Campaigns. What we need to see. If your players aren't ready after a timeout, that falls squarely on the coach. Time and time again. Campaign jumping the passing lane against Kawhi. Almost comes up with a steal. Kawhi kicks it over to Batum. Quick catch and fire from the right wing. Splashes it. Doesn't even come down with it. Batum shooting that is always crazy to me. They swing the ball over to Batum. He catches it here, and he shoots it here. He don't even come down with it. Most of us catch it, come down, come up, as Josh Hart gets fouled. A foul is called out on the perimeter. Batum catches it and does this. It's always crazy to me. Always. Ray said Kobe number 1, Jordan number 2, Tim Duncan number 3. Kobe probably not even top 10, big dog. Justice's dad said Batum was a menace last year in the playoffs for Philly. Yeah, he was a menace this summer as well for France on the Olympic team. AP said, I think it's going to take James Dolan to order a removal. James Dolan's not involved, big dog. You keep bringing up James Dolan. He has not been heard from in like 6 years. When was the last time we heard anything from James Dolan? That man the money is rolling in for the Knicks. That man does not care what is going on right now. They got what many perceive as a championship contending team. They're looked at as one of the smartest organizations in the league right now. That man is not doing anything. He's not getting involved at all. Keep bringing up James Dolan like he's been involved the last couple of years. Last time, the only thing we've heard from James Dolan recently is that he's going to be on the Roommates podcast. Batum, another left wing 3, and another basket for Batum. He will not miss tonight. Kawhi kicks it out to him, and he got it to go. 50 to 49, 3:20 to go. Bridges has it up top. Coming to his right. Pulls it back out. Tries to hit McBride, come back door. And who else but Nick Batum gets into the passing lane and steals it. Kawhi bringing it down. Josh Hart trying to come down and guard him. Bridges guarding Kawhi going to the basket as Kawhi gets fouled. Misses the layup, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Ray said, you said Kobe not top 10. He might be like 8 or something. He might be barely 10. Justice's dad said, Jim Dolan is a rock band wannabe. I mean, if you were a billionaire and you always wanted to be a musician, would you not just like make yourself a musician? Like, that's cool, man. Go tour the world with your band. Like, you got $1 billion. Like, more than $1 billion. Like, go do your thing, big dog. Go do your thing. AB said, I personally don't think the Knicks are going to win a championship in my lifetime at least. I got to see the Liberty. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, you know, like, some people are optimists, some people are pessimists. You know, if you lean more to the pessimist side, that's just really how you live your life. That's fine if you don't think that's going to happen. I got hope. As Towns knocks down a left wing 3. Getting us in. The Kawhi knocked down both free throws. Kawhi did knock down both free throws. Tied at 52, 2:40 to go. Harden coming to his left. Anunoby chasing. Harden steps through, gets knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It's going to remain with the Clippers. Justice's dad's adherence of the God. Some people are born lucky, man. Some people are born on third. Some of us got to step up to the plate and actually hit a home run, but some people are just born on third. 25-26 said, how are the Clippers hitting all these threes? James Harden is excellent at generating threes, man. Excellent. Gigi said, hold on, Chef, did I see a snake? Jeff Van Gundy coaching the Clippers. Yes, he quit with the Knicks. Yeah, he's coaching. He's an assistant on the Clippers. I think he's an assistant on the Clippers. He might be an advisor on the Clippers. He's something like that. As Harden hits another step back three. Threes are starting to rain down for the Clippers here. Josh Hart has it up top. Kicks it out to Towns. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Batum. Swings through to his right, putting his head down. Euro stepping down the lane, puts up the floater, gets it to go. Towns starting to lock in here in the second quarter as well. Bridges got it started. Towns picked it up and is now moving and grooving. Harden coming to his right. McBride picks him up. Harden's going to look to dance. He's going to go to the step back 3. They bring 2, and they call a foul on Deuce McBride. Get your hands out of there, Deuce. You got to know better, big dog. You got to know better. Ray said, I thought you knew better. You're wrong. No, man, I could immediately tell your age, Ray. You're definitely either in your early 20s or late teens, brother. Kobe is nowhere near the top 5. Not even in the argument for top 5. John Opongu, LA Clippers win. I mean, the way you're shooting it right now is kind of crazy. The fact that you only got a 1-point lead, though, is, I think, bodes well for the Knicks long term. Harden's at the foul line for 3 free throws, knocks down the first one. Justice's dad said Shaquille was unstoppable. The only person that was able to stop Shaquille O'Neal was himself. Guy didn't take his career seriously enough. Constantly out of shape. Should have more championships, more MVPs, and yet was just, content being really good. Mike said, the Knicks can't run them down with both teams. They can't get back on defense quick enough. Yeah, which is why your offense helps your defense and your defense helps your offense, as Harden knocks down all 3 of his free throws. Right? If teams are constantly having to take it out of the basket and inbound it, you're not allowing them to get out and run. As Harden knocks the ball out of Towns' hands, who had it in the post, Towns saying he got hit on the arm, as Harden driving it down, kicks it out to Dunn. Dunn driving to his left in the paint, tries to kick it out. Good hands from Anunoby, comes up with the steal. Towns kicks it out to McBride. McBride's going to bring it down. McBride has it on the left wing, putting his head down, attacking along the baseline, tries to lay it up, gets blocked by Dunn. Anunoby picks it up, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart pump fakes, driving to his right, kicks it out Anunoby. A right wing 3 for OG, way off, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Towns had it, lost it, and it's going to go out of bounds. DCL said top 3 is Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Kobe doesn't crack the top 10. Wilt Chamberlain's not in the top 3 either. Wilt Chamberlain's around 10 as well. He's in that 5 to 10 range. The top 3 will always be Jordan, LeBron, and Kareem, and it's not close. Those 3 they're in a tier of their own, and the top 2, Jordan, and LeBron, are probably in a tier of their own, with Kareem in a tier of his own, and then everybody else. Batum finally misses a shot. It was a mid-range left baseline jumper. 58 to 54. Bridges bringing it down, gets it up top to Towns. Towns driving to his left, putting his head down, takes some contact, puts it up, can't get it to go. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. Harden bringing it down, has it on the left wing. McBride's going to have to pick him up. McBride just fouled him the other possession. He's going to step back inside, bullet pass to Zubac, who throws it down with 2 hands as the Knicks. Don't get Karl-Anthony Towns. You have to get down low and say, everybody else get to the perimeter players. I got to get down low. Justice's dad said Tim Duncan top 50. That's it. I'm sorry. He's around 10 as well. He and Kobe are right next to each other. Around 10 as well. Hart has it up top, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges driving to his right, kicks it over to Anunoby. A right corner 3 for OG, well contested. Can't get it to go. Zubac with the rebound, done over to Harden. Harden bringing it down. And the Clippers they're moving and grooving now. And I gave 2 points to the wrong side again. It's 60 to 54 with 24 seconds to go. Forgot to restart the timer, but Harden's going to hold it for what could be the final shot of the quarter, although there is about an 8-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Harden has it up top, dancing with it. In and out, coming to his right, step back, straightaway 3. Good contest from Josh Hart. Can't get it to go. Zubac knocks it out to Bogdanovich, though, as Towns couldn't box him out enough. Zubac dancing with it. Flips it up with the right hand. Hook shot. Can't get it to go. Good defense from Towns there. Josh Hart picks it up, and he doesn't get it off in time. And that's going to be the end of our first half. 60 to 54. A pretty up and down game, right? Pretty raggedy for the Knicks overall. They're obviously trying to find some sort of identity without Jalen Brunson. Mikal Bridges stepped up, which was nice to see. Karl-Anthony Towns picked it up, which was nice to see. But overall, Knicks still continue to struggle. AP said, I don't have any emotion in this game because it's a dead end. Yeah, I mean, without Jalen Brunson, they're not doing anything, so they got to get Jalen Brunson back. But, I know you don't believe in this team, AP, but if you do believe in this team, the purpose of watching this game tonight, 1 is to root on for your favorite team, but number 2 is to look at the possibility of what this team is going to look like when they're not so reliant on Jalen Brunson. Hopefully, when another coach comes in and is like, why do we give Brunson the ball in every single possession? Like, obviously, he's great, but we got to preserve him a little bit more. So, part of it is looking at a situation in which, moving forward, the Knicks are better with a different play style, different coach, different setup. AP said, this tells me Jalen Brunson is definitely better than a Town. Yeah, I mean, that was never really in question either. Like, Jalen Brunson is 100% without a doubt the best player on this team. Anybody who thinks otherwise should watch tonight and look at the way the Knicks are playing offense. It's pretty ugly. You know? AB said I'd nominate Sheffy for the coach. I don't think I'd ever be a good head coach in anything. I think I'd be a pretty damn good assistant coach. I think I could help support a head coach and point out some of the flaws and point out some of the things and give some good ideas and give feedback and whatnot. I don't think I'd ever be good at being the decision maker. I don't know if that's where I land, you know. Not as a coach anyway. Doug said Tim Duncan is top 10 100%. I agree. He's right in that range. AB said at least it's not a blowout so far. Yeah, no Mitch either. No Mitch. Obviously no Brunson. Justice's dad said Pippen was almost as good as Tim. No. No, it wasn't. AP said Tibbs is lucky I'm not the owner. I think Tibbs is lucky that majority of New York, majority of Knicks fans are not the owner. I think Tom Thibodeau's approval rating has dipped this season. There were a lot of people who were on Tom Thibodeau's side just for uplifting the team. I mean, how many times did the Knicks hire a coach who was supposed to be really good, who has a really good reputation, who has been a really good coach in other stops, and then get to the Knicks and be terrible, right? Like they have a tremendous history of that. And Tom Thibodeau came in, and he kind of flipped the script on it, and was a really good coach for about 4. And he continues to be a good coach, but he's not a great coach. And if this team wants to be great, it's not just updating the roster and upgrading the roster, I should say. It's also upgrading the coaching staff. And I think Tibbs is a good coach, but the Knicks have the opportunity to go out and get a great coach. The thing about getting rid of Tibbs is, okay, well, who are you going to bring in? And, God, they just showed a video of Yusuf Nurkic out with Charlotte taking a really difficult fall. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, Tibbs and the coach. The issue with getting rid of Tibbs and bringing in a new coach is it's not going to be a veteran coach, right? Like, the league is trending significantly younger with coaches. It's going to be somebody who is going to be brought up from the assistant ranks. And it could be, I don't know, who are I know Darren Erman, which is an assistant on the Knicks coaching staff, is highly touted as one of the best assistants in the league, voted on by other coaches. Same with, obviously, Johnny Bryant, who was with the Knicks and left for Cleveland. But if I look up best assistant coaches in the NBA, wonder what comes up. Sam Cassell. AP said, yeah, there are expectations this season after what Leon Rose did. Leon Rose cashed in all his chips and got back Brown money. Leon Rose's seat is not under fire. The coach goes before anybody else. He is the first scapegoat when things don't go their way. So, Leon Rose, he's pretty safe. I mean, he's done his job. He's assembled a damn good team. He gave Tom Thibodeau all the ingredients he needs to put out an elite team. And Tom Thibodeau is just messing up the recipe, man. He is messing up the referee. Now, Dimitri, what's up, Niall? Justice's dad said Hakeem's better than Tim Duncan. I don't know. They're pretty close. But I can see the argument for sure. Justice's dad said Dr. J better than Tim. He is not. Tim Duncan is definitely better. Gigi said, Knicks' problems throughout the years, multiple years, is they fired coaches left and right, but then stuck with Tibbs. He's the one that should have gone 2 years ago. No, I think he did a pretty good job last year. I disagree with that. I think he did a pretty good job last year. There's definitely Been moments where he has struggled, but overall, he's done a really good job. He's done a really good job. And you don't get fired for doing a really good job, right? But when you hit a situation where it's time to be great, you need to move on, right? You look at Cleveland's situation, and JB Bickerstaff didn't do a bad job. JB Bickerstaff was really good. He was there for what, 3-4 years, maybe a little bit more than that, but he was really good. He was hired there when they were really bad, and I think he was hired after Garland's rookie year, I think, and they were really bad. And JB Bickerstaff was there, and as they got better and better and better, they brought in more guys, made a couple more trades, obviously the Donovan Mitchell trade, they brought in Evan Mobley with the draft, all of that, and the team got pretty good, and he was pretty good. But they flamed out in the first round against the Knicks in 6 games, and it should have been 5 games, but in 6 games, and a pretty embarrassing loss in that series. And then flamed down in the second round last year in a contest against the Celtics in which they didn't really have an opportunity. And they were like, okay, cool. You know what? Thanks, JB Bickerstaff, and you did a really good job. You didn't do anything wrong, but it's time to move on. We need a fresh voice in the locker room. We need a new vision with this team. What you're doing is clearly not working. It's time to move on. And that's it. And Tom Thibodeau's done a really good job. But it's just time to move on. And that's all that matters. It's just time to move on. No big deal. I don't think Tom Thibodeau's been egregiously bad. I don't think he's been particularly good. But, time to move on. Niall said, sorry, I'm late. You're not late, brother. It's a late game here on the East Coast. It's 11:42 already here on the East. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? Bridges playing great and AP can't stop the hating. Bridges has been pretty good. I don't know if great. Great's a little strong for me. He was pretty invisible in that first quarter. Woke up in the second quarter, though, exactly what we've been asking for. We've been asking for Mikal Bridges to step up. You got to be the number 1 option out on the perimeter. And he started to do that in the second quarter. He started to put his head down, get to the rim. He drew 3 straight fouls on 3 straight offensive possessions, which is the first time that's happened all year. And it was fantastic and phenomenal to see. And hopefully it's opened his eyes up a little bit to see what's possible. What's possible for him. Don't just stand out on the perimeter. All right, this is a Reddit post. What assistant coaches are on track to be a head coach's job next season? This is from last year because Jorge Fernandez is named, and he was hired by the Nets. Terry Stotts, former coach of the Blazers. Kevin Young is currently the highest paid assistant in the league. David Adelman interviewed with the Raptors and was among a group of finalists, I believe. Pat Delaney. Charles Lee got the Charlotte Hornets job. Chris Quinn. Caron Butler. Nate Tibbetts. So it's going to be, the next Knicks coach is going to be a guy you likely don't really know. It's going to be the next Knicks coach. It's going to be a guy you don't really know. Justice's dad said KD is better. Tim's career is better than Tim's career. KD's career. I think Tim Duncan had the better career. KD's definitely the better player. AP said offer Johnny Bryant the job. He's an assistant coach. They can leave whenever they want. Yeah, I mean, assistant coaches going to be assistants whenever they want in other places. You just need a buyout to the contract. And there's no salary cap to assistants. So you would just, whatever. But, yeah, look, my conspiracy on Johnny Bryant is obviously he came over to the Knicks with the belief that Donovan Mitchell was going to end up being a Knick at some point, right? Johnny Bryant was the assistant in Utah when they drafted Donovan Mitchell. They have a fantastic relationship. The writing was on the wall that Donovan Mitchell was not going to stay in Utah. Clearly wanted to go to the Knicks. And we all know about that trade story, about the debacle that happened with Utah, about how they just it's a nightmare to have to negotiate with Danny Ainge and the Utah Jazz, and that ended in disaster. Not on the Knicks side, not on the Utah side. Just the whole situation just sucked to have to sit through and watch. It was pretty bad. But the Knicks brought over Johnny Bryant the year before Mitchell ends up leaving Utah. He ends up getting traded to Cleveland. Johnny Bryant sticks around. He's the associate head coach, which tells you he's literally next in line. And Johnny Bryant was fantastic here with the Knicks. Constantly up, constantly talking, always talking to Tibbs during the games, always talking to players during the games, always calling things out. He's a fantastic assistant coach. He would definitely get an interview. When he ends up leaving this offseason to go back to Cleveland to be with Donovan Mitchell after Donovan Mitchell signs his extension with Cleveland, signifying that he's going to be there for the long term, what I think ultimately the situation is, he goes to the Knicks and he's like, look, I have the opportunity. They're getting a new coaching staff. I have the opportunity to go be with Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland. It's always what I wanted to do. I wanted to stick around with Donovan Mitchell. We have a great relationship. And the Knicks were like, yeah, of course, go ahead. Because the Knicks are a well-run organization, and this is how you gain trust with people around the league. They're like, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. And when the job opens up, because they made him associate head coach of the Knicks coaching staff, which means you're next in line, which means whenever it's time to move on from Tom Thibodeau, you're getting the interview and you are the lead candidate for the job, right? So when he goes over to Cleveland, gets the same moniker, he's associate head coach out there in Cleveland. But when it comes time to interview for the New York job, they're going to call up Johnny Bryant, or Johnny Bryant's going to call up them, and they're going to be like, it's time. Do you want the job? And of course, Johnny Bryant wants to be a head coach. Of course he does. So he'll get an interview. And we'll see just how, we'll see where this Knicks team ends up going. I don't know who could be the next coach. I don't know what kind of relationship Leon Rose has. We all knew when Leon Rose was hired that he had a great relationship with Tom Thibodeau, so we knew that was likely. But moving forward, I don't know who could be the next head coach. I really don't. It's up in the air. I have no idea. We arguing about what players are better? This is a crazy conversation. I'm not going to be a part of it. I know I probably started it. I'm not going to be a part of it moving forward, though. Y'all handle that in the chat. Y'all debate that in the chat. Sam Cooper said, one player in the history of the NBA was so dominant they had to change the rules of limit. His dominance, Will Chamberlain, Jordan was amazing, but the refs ignored traveling, helping his dominance. I don't know that's what we were talking about, Sam. I don't want to be involved in this conversation. All I will say is that the player who changed the game the most is probably like George Mikan, and nobody's talking about George Mikan being the best player ever, or even a top 10 player. AP said the next coach's buzzer beater. It's got to be somebody, man. If it's got to be me, it's got to be me. If it's got to be the fans, it's got to be the fans. It won't go well. But best believe, I'm listening to the fans. Best believe. Here we go. Start of the third quarter. Bridges has it up top, 60-54. We didn't even go over the box score. Anunoby down the lane gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to remain with the Knicks. Hart said, "Yep, my dad always said it was Mikan." If you know about George Mikan, the reason why the lane is as wide as it is because George Mikan was too damn dominant down low. They couldn't guard George Mikan in the post. They literally have a drill named the Mikan drill. As Towns down the lane takes a ton of contact at the lay of the go, Towns is frustrated, not getting any foul calls. Dunn bringing it down, gets it over to Harden. After the Clippers started raining down threes to end that second quarter, as Vucevic in the paint can't get the floater to go, Josh Hart with the rebound. The Knicks did a pretty good job of sticking around. It's only a 4-point game here. They get it over to Towns, rollicking down the lane, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Josh Hart fighting for the rebound, can't hold on to it. Quick outlet to James Harden. Bridges is in retreat. Harden in now dribble, driving to his right, kicks it out to Kawhi. Kawhi sets his feet, now fires from three. Kawhi can't get it to go. Josh Hart chases down the long rebound, and he'll bring it down. Josh Hart putting his head down, attacking Zubac, gets to the basket, gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mike, what's up, Mike? Justice's dad said George Mikan had a terrible health problem late in life, and the NBA didn't help much. He lost fingers and such. It's a sad story. Yeah, I mean, the NBA was so new. They weren't really in a position to help. Obviously, they could have done more than they did, but, you know. Josh Hart knocks down the first free throw. Got one more coming. Hart blows the second free throw. Chris Dunn bringing it down. Chris Dunn has it up top. Gets it over to Harden. Coming to his left off a couple of screens. Driving it down against Towns. Flips it out to Chris Dunn. Wide open for 3. That's who they want shooting. Chris Dunn comes up well short. Long rebound flies right out to Harden. Harden has it in the corner. Being guarded by Bridges. He's dancing with it. Driving to his left. Going along the baseline. Bully balling his way. Gets blocked by Bridges. Get that out of here. That weak stuff. Hit ahead to Bridges. Bridges has it on the right wing. Get aggressive, Bridges. Drive it down. Getting into the paint. Foul line, fall away jumper. Comes up short, but gets a nice friendly bounce as he gets it to go. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Defense leading the offense, and that's all Mikal Bridges right there. Chris Dunn has it on the left wing over the top to Kawhi. Kawhi has it in the high post, being guarded by Josh Hart. Backing him down, driving to his right, in the lane, flips it up with the right hand, can't get it to go, gets his own offensive rebound, and put back. Kawhi Leonard turning back the clock a little bit on that possession. Josh Hart bringing it down. He has it on the right wing. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges going along the baseline. A lot of contact. Kicks it back out. Josh Hart wide open from 3. They leave him completely open, and he comes up well short on the shot attempt. Barely grazes the rim. Dunn bringing it down on the left wing. Driving to his right. Kicks it out up top to Harden. Harden wide open. Walks into a wide open 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Zubac can't hold on to it. Josh Hart grabs it. Zubac looking at the ref saying he got pushed from behind. They hit Anunoby, come to the basket. Goes right into the defender, and an offensive foul as Harden stepped in and drew the charge on Anunoby. Anunoby's having a rough night tonight. Keenan Hart said, is Mitch re-injured or just a back-to-back rest careful thing? It's just a back-to-back rest careful thing. I don't think he's cleared to play back-to-backs. I don't think we'll see him play back-to-backs all season. He'll play one of the games and miss the other one. Considering that there are no back-to-back in the playoffs, I think they're just like, why play him in back-to-backs and risk it? Zubac driving it into town. Pretty good defense. Flips it up with the left hand. Gets it to go. Zubac, one of the best hook shots in the NBA. Utilizing it right there. McBride has it up top. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left off the Josh Hart screen. Driving it down. Goes under the basket. Kicks it over to Anunoby. Anunoby driving to his left. Kicks it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart is going to drive it to his left, put his head down against Chris Dunn, spins, flips it up at the basket with the shot clock winding down, can't get it. Fight for the rebound. Zubac grabs it, and they just missed Mikal Bridges wide open on the right wing. Being guarded by Zubac. Can't believe it. Kawhi inside the Zubac, goes right into Towns, flips it up with the right hand again, and gets it to go. And again, there's the hook shot. It's like the Knicks haven't read the scouting report. Gigi said, why is Hart the go-to guy if he's the best scorer, Nick? The Knicks have. This is why Tibbs needs to go. He's not the go-to guy. He's just the guy with the mentality who's going to go. You know, like when the ball is in Bridges' hands, he's pretty quick to give it up. When the ball finds its way to Anunoby, he's pretty quick to give it up. When the ball finds its way to Josh Hart's going to put his head down, go to the basket, and try and make a play. You need the other guys to have that same mentality, you know? Y'all still talking about who's better than who? Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I'm just going to be over here chilling. Y'all enjoy yourselves, though. Y'all enjoy yourselves. We did not go through the box score, so I'm going to go through the box score here. Bridges 4 for 6 from the field, 4 for 4 from the foul line. I want to see him get to the foul line more. What's going on with Anunoby, Towns, and McBride? What's going on here? Why are they so far into the negative, and it's a dang 7-point game? How are you minus 19, and minus 15? McBride's 1 for 7, 1 for 4 from 3. What are y'all doing right now? What's going on with y'all? How is this possible? Josh Hart's a 0, Bridges is a 0, and then the bench is a positive. What's going on with y'all over here? What's going on with y'all? What's going on over there between these three guys? 16 for Towns. He's up to 16, 5 for 12 from the field. He has hit 2 threes. Bridges, like we said, up to 12. Josh Hart with 10. And then off the bench, everybody gave a little bit of contributions here and there. Shaman with 2. He knocked down 2 free throws. He didn't take a shot, though. I need you to be more aggressive, Landry. I need you to get some shots up. Campaign, Campaign gets his shots up. He's got 5. Achua with 6 off the bench was solid. James Harden's killing us, though. 4 for 9 from 3. He's hit 4 threes. And has 6 assists. Isaiah Gardner, what's up, Isaiah Gardner? How many Knicks doing since Brunson's going to be missing 2 weeks? He's going to be missing a little bit more than 2 weeks. He's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks. All right? I assume it's going to be a 4-week injury. But, Bridges had a moment where he stepped up. 12 points, 4 assists isn't terrible. Karl-Anthony Towns starting to be a lot more aggressive. 16.7 boards. 10 points for Josh Hart. 11 rebounds already. But they are struggling offensively to generate any open looks. For sure. For sure. Justice's dad said, hope JB is back by April. Yeah, I would think that he would be back like that first week of April. It's what, 2 weeks? Is the last 2 games in April? Let's look up when the Knicks' last game is. McBride has it up top. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges driving to his left. Gets it over to McBride. A left wing 3 for Deuce. Line me up. Comes up short. I'm going to need you to knock these down, Big Deuce. I'm going to need you to knock these down. Chris Dunn bringing it down. Hands it off to Batum. Gets it over to Zubac. Zubac coming to his right. Kicks it out to Harden. Anunoby does a good job pushing Harden out to the half-court line. Harden dancing around the Zubac screen. Has it on the right wing. Gives it down low to Kawhi, being guarded by McBride. He obviously has the size and strength advantage. Backing him down. Step back, follow-away jumper. Josh Hart, fantastic help defense, comes over the last second. And great contest between McBride and Hart on the baseline pull-up jumper on Kawhi. It just didn't matter because Kawhi's that dang good. 8-0 run for the Clippers. Gives them a 9-point lead here. Josh Hart over to Towns. Towns hits Bridges cutting back door. Bridges gets fouled from behind by Batum, and he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. More free throws for Mikal Bridges is always what you want to see. Keenan Hart said, Knicks Fan TV said JB done until playoffs. Yeah, I mean, that's the initial prognosis. I saw that too. And obviously, CP is well connected. He's not giving out bad information at all. I just think the expectation, he's reevaluated in 2 weeks. And I would assume that they'll reevaluate it and be like, okay, he's going to get back on the court and he'll do rehab for another 2 weeks. Which brings us to, like I said, if I look at the schedule, which brings us to like the first into the second week of April. And the last game of the season is April 13th, so the second week. So, like, literally, he might be back. He'll likely be back, at least he should be, for the last 2 games of the season, for the last couple of games of the season. Right before playoff time, which is, playoff time. Harden down the lane, kicks it out to Dunn. Dunn is the guy you want shooting. Comes up short on that one. Bridges did knock down both of his free throws. He's perfect from the foul line today. Perfect. Towns, a pull-up 3 in transition, can't get it to go. Bridges does a good job knocking the offensive rebound over to Anunoby. They kick it back out, and McBride rewards the team, knocking down the relocation 3. And it's back to a 4-point game. Dunn hit ahead to Kawhi. Kawhi on the right wing being guarded by Hart. Swings through to his right. Josh Hart loses track of him. Kawhi to the basket, lays up the reverse layup over Bridges. Justice's dad said Kolek isn't on the roster. I mean, he's on the roster. He's just not with the team. He was assigned to the G League game. Towns steps back for a left wing 3, and he knocks it down. 3s for 2s. I'll take it. I'll take it right now. Chris Dunn bringing it down. He has it up top. Dunn gets it over to Zubac. Knicks doing a good job of playing some denial defense right now. McBride ends up switched up on Harden. They bring 2 over to Dunn. Dunn has it down low, kicks it out. Batum another 3, and Batum another made 3. Batum is not missing 3s tonight. He is not missing threes tonight. McBride gets it over to Towns. Towns has it up top, driving to his right. Kawhi guarding him. He spins to his left, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart in the left corner. You got to take that shot. Bridges comes over for the three, though. Can't get it to go on the relocation left wing three. Ball knocked loose. Harden picks it up, bringing it down. Cross-court pass to Batum. Batum down low, throws it to nobody. Anunoby picks it off. Quick outlet to McBride. He's going to turn on the Jets, blows past Harden, driving it down, goes to the basket, gets absolutely destroyed at the basket. That's a good, strong drive. And he got hacked, and now you go to the foul line, knock down your 2 free throws. Ken Hart said, all good if we can use the time to develop our youngsters like Kolek and Pacom. That's the thing, Ken Hart. Tom Thibodeau is going to run this 8-man rotation, and we're not going to see any of the young guys. Not going to see any of them. McBride misses a free throw. Come on, Deuce. I know you don't get a whole lot of them, but come on. Nah, Dimitri said, why isn't Kolek here? He was with the G League team. The Knicks are on a West Coast road trip, so it wasn't as easy to just bring him up, hop him on the plane, and get him overnight to LA. So he'll be with the team on Monday when they play Sacramento, but he is not here tonight. He's on his way, but he's not here. McBride splits the free throws, knocked down the second one, and Harden another step back, right wing three for James Harden over the outstretched hands of Kawhi, and it's back up to 8. Josh Hart has it on the right wing, hands it off to Towns. Towns driving it in right into Batum, just shoves off of him. He gets blocked by Batum with the basket as Zubac also came over to help, and Kawhi bringing it down the other way. Kawhi is step back 3. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Zubac knocks it loose, but Bridges is able to pick it up, and the Knicks are off and running. It's a 4-on-3. They get it over to McBride. McBride a pull-up 3 in transition. Well short. Bridges with the offensive rebound, though. Leans in and lays it up and in. Timeout for the Clippers. Timeout for the Clippers. Okay. Okay. Keenan said, honestly, I would fire Tibbs, as all he's going to do is play Deuce and campaign. Yeah, that's all he's going to do. That is all he's going to do. Maybe we get Kolek. Maybe we get Kolek. I just don't have faith in that. I just don't have faith. They'll bring Kolek in. You know, Tom Thibodeau doesn't have trust in these rookies. You know, when I gave my Dadier dissertation the other day, or last night, when we were playing the Lakers, like, why didn't Tom Thibodeau play Dadier to start the year when Shaman was out with an injury? Instead, he went to a 7-8-man rotation. It was like, it's just crazy. It was a 7-man rotation because Achua was out as well. So the Knicks were down Shamet, Achua, and Robinson. And off the bench, he just played, to start the year, off the bench, it was McBride. It was Campaign. And Jericho Sims would play like 6 minutes. So he was essentially going to a 7-man rotation, kind of a 6-man rotation, because Campaign also wouldn't play a whole lot. You know, that's just, he's not going to play Dadier. He's not going to play Kolek. He's just not going to give these guys an opportunity. He wasn't going to play Huck Porty, and it's just like, that's Tom Thibodeau, man. It's Tom Thibodeau. Gigi said every other team in the league has no problems bringing up the G League players except the Knicks. You know, listen, the G League was not around in this, in the way it is utilized now when Tom Thibodeau started coaching. Tom Thibodeau's an old dog who is not learning new tricks, man. You know, he just doesn't. He is old school in the sense that, like, to start the year, he has his rotation, and that's it. And it is a drastic change whenever Tom Thibodeau looks to change up the rotation. You know, like, he does not know how to work in guys here and there. It's just not something he's good at. It's just not something he seems to really understand how to do. You know, it's one of his incredible flaws. It's an incredible flaw. Isaiah Garner said, if only our coach was J.J. Redick. I mean, I don't know if J.J. Redick would have wanted this job, you know. Maybe he would have. But, you know, he gets to live in L.A., gets to coach LeBron and now Luka. You know, like, it's pretty good living. Pretty good living. Mike said Kolek hasn't played much, so it's going to be an experiment at best. I mean, you're down guys, you're down bodies, and it wouldn't be an experiment if Tom Thibodeau would have sprinkled them in as the season was going on, because Campaign's missed games here and there, McBride has missed games here and there, and yet we never saw Kolek get like real rotation minutes. Keenan Hart said, I don't like PG, never did, overrated. I agree with you, Keenan Hart. As soon as he left Indiana, I know he was awesome in Oklahoma City, but as soon as he left Indiana, I was like, oh, no, I'm good. Just felt like he completely changed as a player. Ray said if the Knicks would have signed Paul George, he would have won it all this year. All right, dog. All right, Ray. The guy who's averaging 16 points per game. The guy who jammed his finger last game and said, nah, I'm good, I'm out. Yeah, I'm not going to stay in the game. I jammed my finger. I'm good. Yeah, that guy? Isaiah Gardner said, if they got rid of Tibbs, what's the coach we should get for this Knicks team, especially offensively and defensively? I don't know. This is a really difficult question because the next wave of coaches are all assistants, essentially getting the opportunity to prove that they could be head coaches, and oftentimes it could be hit or miss. You have to do your diligence. The name that will be brought up most is Johnny Bryant. Chris Dunn absolutely blowing up a play from Mikal Bridges, coming from behind and knocking it loose. Now Kawhi bringing it down. Kawhi, cross-court pass, Batum, right corner three. No, at the last second, tried to pass it to Zubac, who wasn't ready. He thought he was going to take the three. Zubac was wide open under the basket. McBride driving it down, kicks it back out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart out to Towns. They bring two to Towns. He steps through, going all the way down. A lot of contact, gets the layup to go. No foul call. The next coach the Knicks hire will likely be an assistant that is going to get called up and give the opportunity to be a head coach. A lot of people think Johnny Bryant. I tend to agree, but you never know. Kawhi comes up short on the right corner three. Had a nice look at it. Under 4 to go. Forgot to restart the timer. Josh Hart has it on the left wing. Not a whole lot of interest on the game tonight, I get it with no JB. Towns has it in the post against Leonard. Kicks it out. Anunoby being guarded by Harden. Ball knocked loose. He picks it back up and spins off of Harden. And Harden, Anunoby using that left arm. Offensive foul on OG Anunoby, who's having a pretty rough night tonight offensively. AP said, who's better, Paul George or Mikal Bridges? Bridges. If you've watched Paul George at any point this season, Mikal Bridges, without a doubt. It's not even close. And Mikal Bridges has been rough. He's had his rough moments, and yet still finds himself being better than Paul George this year. Harden has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to is right up a Bogdanovich screen. Shamet comes out to switch on Harden. Harden's going to look to dance. Harden crossing over to his left, driving it down, steps through, puts it up off glass, can't get it to go. Derek Jones Jr. comes flying in, can't hold on to the rebound, out of bounds, and ball going back to the Knicks. AP said, yeah, I've been following Philadelphia. They're in a bad situation. They just gave him a 4-year, $212 million contract, man. Was it 212? Or was that OG's contract? But literally, he jammed his finger the other day and was like, yeah, I'm not coming back into the game. Jammed his finger. He didn't break his hand. He didn't sprain his ankle. He jammed his finger. Was like, nah, I'm good for the night. Yeah, the checks are going to still come in, right? I still get my check, right? All right, yeah, I'm good. I'm out. McBride down the lane, gets blocked at the basket by Chris Dunn. And Chris Dunn bringing it down the other way. Dunn hands it off to Batum. Extra pass to Dunn. Extra pass to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich left corner three. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. Josh Hart putting his head down. Pulls it back out. Gets it out to Anunoby. Anunoby lines up a straightaway three. Found the laces and knocked it down. You could tell Anunoby was going to knock that one down. If you've played basketball and you get the ball and you line up the laces and it feels good in your hand, Anunoby was well contested. Lined that thing up. Knocked it down anyway. Back to a three-point game over to Batum. Batum extra pass to Dunn. Dunn kicks it out to Derek Jones Jr. They swing it up top to Harden. Harden being guarded by Achua on a switch. Harden's going to look to dance. Crossing over. Step back three. Decent contest. Harden, in and out, can't get it to go. McBride with the rebound, bringing it down. Hit ahead to Shamet. Shamet has it on the right wing. Kicks it over to Anunoby. Full head of steam down the lane. Puts it up off glass. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Derrick Jones Jr. blocks Achua. Anunoby gets up. Picks up the rebound over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, cross-court pass to Shamet. Shamet able to save a tough pass. Shamet in the right corner. Coming to his left. Driving it down. Kicks it out to Hart. Hart a step back. Left wing three at the buzzer. Well short. Can't get it to go. Barely grazes the rim. Bogdanovich with the rebound. He'll bring it down. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bogdanovich on the right wing. Crosses over to his left. Kicks it out to Batum. Batum a left wing three. Batum finally misses. That's a win for the Knicks. Batum with a miss finally. Josh Hart bringing it down. Gets it over. Trying to get it over to Anunoby. Gets it up top to Achua. Achua back to Josh Hart. Driving to his right. Hands it off to McBride. Quick pass to Anunoby in the right corner. Quick catch and fire from three. Can't get it to go. Bogdanovich with the rebound. Gets it over to Harden. Harden bringing it down, being guarded by Josh Hart. Dancing with it. Between the legs. Crossing over to his left. Almost loses the handle. Picks it back up. Kicks it over to Batum. Quick catch and fire for three from Batum. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Dunn had it. Lost it. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to remain with the Clippers. Ray said, I think LeBron and Luka will win it all this year. They're going to have an opportunity for sure. Their size is going to catch up with them. Size is going to catch up with them. You can't have Jackson Hayes and Jemison be your big rotation and expect to win 4 playoff series. It's not going to happen. And an offensive foul on Hart and using the ball to act. I'm going to say accidentally, but Harden had the ball. Let's see the replay before I make a determination. Oh, yeah. Harden, hit a pump fake, but came right up into Anunoby's face. Offensive foul. No argument. 100%. 100% a foul. 50 seconds to go. McBride has it up top. Mere Coffee switches onto him. McBride crosses over to his left. Kicks it out to Shamet. Wide open left wing three as the defense fell asleep. Shamet can't get it to go. Jones Jr. with the rebound. Here comes Harden. Harden has it up top. Coming to his left. Off the Mere Coffee screen. Harden spins. Good defense from Anunoby. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich out by the half-court line. He's going to go one-on-one against Josh Hart. Now coming to his right off of Jones Jr. screen. Feeds Jones Jr. driving to the basket. Gets fouled by McBride. A good foul. It's going to send Jones Jr. to the foul line for 2 free throws with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And the Clippers holding on to a 3-point lead. Isaiah Gardner said, a star that has 5 points is diabolical. I don't know who we're talking about. Who are we talking about today? Who has 5 points? Who is a star that has 5 points? Keenan Hart said, I got Cleveland with excellent odds, some money at 1,600 and some at 900. It's a pretty good one, man. That's a good one. David Oz Jr., what's up, David? Isaiah Gardner said Lakers bench, not that good too. Yeah, some of the depth will catch up to them for sure. But the bigs is what's gonna kill them, you know. But Jones Jr. splits the free throws. We love when our opponents miss free throws time and time again. McBride has it up top. Saying slow it down. It's going to be the final shot of the quarter. Hands it off to Anunoby. Coming to his right. Coffee switches onto him. Euro steps down the lane. Draws the foul. Knocks down the floater. And they're going to give it to him. OG Anunoby channeling his inner Jalen Brunson. We know this Brunson hesitation coming to his right. I'm going to step through and swing through to my left and draw the foul. Anunoby with the same move. With the shot clock winding down, coming to his right, picking it up and swinging through to his left, draws the foul, knocks down the floater. He's been watching some Jalen Brunson film, that's for sure. That is for sure. Isaiah Gardner said, Lakers are scary with Bron and Luka, but to make a finals, I don't think they have the pieces to go that far. I give them a conference finals. Could definitely make a conference finals, pretty decent chance to make the conference finals. Yeah, like I said, they're not deep enough. That's going to come back to bite them. And they don't have bigs. They don't have bigs. And you got to go through Luka. You have to go through Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. Like, they're going to have to get big. And, you know, it's going to hurt them in the long term. In a 7-game series, it's really going to hurt them. Harden bringing it down 3, 2, 1, a straightaway deep pull-up 3 over Anunoby, well contested from OG Anunoby, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter here. Anunoby knocked down his and one free throw, and it's a 1-point game, y'all. It's a 1-point game. Knicks finding ways to win tonight. Gritty game from the Knicks, obviously without their captain, but they got enough to pull it out, and it's a 1-point game. AP said this is Adam Silver's dream. Final, LA versus the Cavaliers. LeBron gets his send-off. No, I think his dream finals would be LA versus Boston yet again. That is his dream finals. That is the NBA's go-to dream finals. Right? The last time we had LA versus Boston was, what, 2010? Right? Wasn't that Kobe's last championship, 2010? Isaiah Gardner said, I was talking about PG having 5 points against the Warriors. Yeah, like he's had a terrible season. Terrible season. Max contract player. Doug said Lakers Knicks would be Silver's dream. Yeah, but the Knicks haven't been there in forever. So obviously more likely to get a Lakers Celtics finals. Not that the Knicks are that far away, but obviously the Celtics favorite. They were already there last year. And getting Luka on the Lakers, it's like, oh, yes, finally. Finally, the Lakers back as a legit championship contending team. Kay Hazy said, no more Lakers Celtics, please. I mean, look, man. Basketball world loves themselves some Lakers Celtics. The ratings prove it. The ratings prove it. Keenan Hart said, I want to see Cleveland beat Boston so bad. I'd like to see a new champion. I like the streak that we're on. We have 6 straight years of crowning a new NBA champion. I'd like to make it 7. I'd like to make it damn near a decade. 7 years in a row with a new champion, with a new NBA champion, would just go to show you how absolutely deep this NBA, the NBA has become, man. It is insane. It is insane. 6 straight years is already a pretty damn good run of not having a single back-to-back champion. Making it 7 in a row would be like, oof. Inching in on close to a decade of that. 25-26 said the league thrives when Boston and LA are competitive. Yeah, I mean, the 2 most storied franchises. I know the Knicks are there, but as one of the most storied franchises, but they just haven't had the reputation in the last 20 years to be held in that regard. They've obviously the past 5 years have been turning that around. It's taken some time, but they're getting there. But, it's going to take a championship in order for them to re-enter that reign. Obviously, they got fans all over the place, and one of the most valued, as Bogdanovich knocks down a follow-away jumper over Shamet. Good defense, but Bogdanovich got it to go anyway. If the Knicks win a championship, they're right back up there with the Lakers and the Celtics as one of the best teams in the NBA, like in terms of value and all that. I mean, they're already there. They're like, the 2nd most valued team, right behind the Lakers? Bridges driving it in, gets it knocked out of his hands. Here comes the Clippers. Bogdanovich, shot out of a cannon, bringing it down. Has it on the right wing. Driving to his right past Shamet, stepping back, and Shamet ends up fouling him. Keenan Hart said OG tried another floater. He's getting into his Jalen Brunson bag, man. He's getting into his Jalen Brunson bag. He's trying it. He is for sure trying. Doug said, at least the LOL Knicks era is over. Yeah, absolutely. Kawhi misses a pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Good rebound from Precious Achiuwa, who's now bringing it down. Achiuwa looking for a guard, hands it off to Payne. Payne over to Hart. Hart back to Payne. Payne driving to his right. Got space in the mid-range, puts up the floater. Hits off the back rim, can't get it to go. Bogdanovich with the rebound. He's bringing it down. Bogdanovich rushing it. Trying to get some early offense going. Over to Kawhi up top. Pump fakes, driving to his right. Step back, pump fakes. Fall-away jumper. Payne, good contest. Long rebound. Josh Hart chases it down. Hart has it up top. Hart coming to his left. Swings it over to Bridges. Coming to his right off the screen. Bridges attacking Zubac. Going under the basket. Picks his dribble up. Kicks it out to Payne. Payne, a deep left wing 3. Campaign. In and out halfway down for Campaign. Bogdanovich has it up top. Being guarded by Bridges. Swings it over to Coffey. Coffey down low to Zubac. Zubac being guarded by Achiuwa. Hits Derrick Jones Jr. cutting back door. And Campaign and Josh Hart miscommunicating as they're talking about it now. Derrick Jones Jr. ends up with a wide open dunk. And it's back to a 5-point game with 10 minutes to go. Campaign rushing it down. We're going to get a timeout called here. Isaiah Garner said, do you think the Knicks would drop in the standings while missing Brunson? We could avoid Boston in the second round. I mean, avoiding Boston in the second round means you would get Cleveland in the second round. So there's really not a whole lot of avoiding, anybody in the second round. Like you're just gonna end up being matched with whoever you end up being matched with. I know people feel like the Knicks probably match up better with Cleveland than they do with Boston. I don't think it matters because I think Cleveland and Boston are up here, and then it's everybody else. So you're going to be the underdog going into the second round. Yeah, I do think they could fall in the standings, for sure. With no Jalen Brunson, this team is going to really struggle. They can go on a 4 or 5 game losing streak. It could happen. They're already on a 2-game losing streak, and you're playing the Clippers tonight, and it's a close game. And if it comes down to the stretch and a really close game, they don't have a closer anymore. They don't have Jalen Brunson. So, yeah, they could go on a skid here. It could get real bad, but Yak said, I would put McBride back in, who's shooting terrible over Cam. Yeah, Cam hasn't been great. I don't think he's been terrible, but what is he? What is he, like 1 for 6? He's 2 for 7 tonight. McBride, not that much better. He's 2 for 11. He's actually much worse. 2 for 7 from 3 for Deuce McBride. But the defense is there for Deuce. He's also got 5 assists tonight. You know. Yeah. I mean, I could see it. Yeah. Go to McBride for his defense and the threat of his shooting. But Campaign has been terrible. I might consider putting Campaign and McBride out there at the same time. Just because they're scrappy defenders. Campaign's got good hands, and you want to push the pace a little bit. You want easier baskets, you know? I would consider putting Campaign and Deuce McBride out there at the same time right now. I'd have Campaign, Deuce McBride, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns. And I'd rock with that. And I'd see where that got me. I'd try. You know, the thing about Tom Thibodeau is he's just not flexible. Like, how is that not a lineup you try? Like, Jalen Brunson's out. This is the time to just try things, man. You just got to try things. Isaiah Garner said, I'd rather play the Cavs than Boston. I think either way, you're an underdog, and it's going to be really difficult to beat either of those teams. But I get it. Like I said, a lot of people feel like the Knicks... Whoa. A lot of people feel like the Knicks match up with Cleveland better than Boston anyway, so. Bridges in the lane, misses the floater. Zubac with the rebound, gets it over to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has it up top. Swings it over to Derrick Jones Jr. Jones Jr. gets it over to Kawhi. Kawhi has it in the right corner. Along the right baseline in the mid-range. Gets it over to Zubac. Zubac in the paint. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Achua with the rebound. A shot out of a can. His pressures Achua. Putting his head down. In and out dribble. Loses the handle. He's got to pull it back out. Achua picks his dribble up now. Tries to hit Campaign, come back door. Josh Hart able to pick up the loose ball. And then bullet pass inside the Campaign. Goes right through his hands. Gigi said, can't even score out of a timeout. Why even bother calling timeouts? Break momentum. Got to break momentum. The Clippers were building some momentum there. Kawhi has it up top, being guarded by Hart. Driving to his right, puts up the floater, comes up well short. Shaman with the rebound. Defense has been pretty solid. Obviously, the Clippers have missed some makeable shots, but the defense has been solid from the Knicks tonight. They swing it up top to Shaman. Shaman pump fakes, driving it down. A lot of contact against Zubac. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Achua can't hold on to it. Zubac picks it up. Now here comes Kawhi. Hit ahead to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich on the right wing. Coming to his left off the Zubac screen. Driving it down in the paint. Throws the floater to Zubac, and he lays it up and in. Doug said, I miss Hartenstein and Dante. Last year's team was fun, man. Last year's team was fun. But Hartenstein's a Benedict Arnold, and the result of it was that the Knicks had to trade Dante DiVincenzo because they didn't have a center. So everything that you love is messed up because as Shaman cuts back door and gets a layup to go, nice pass from Achua as well. Everything that you loved about last year's team is that is no longer here as a result of Isaiah Hartenstein being one of the worst people in the NBA. Absolutely hate that guy. Derrick Jones Jr. lines up a left wing three and he knocks it down. Josh Hart has it on the left wing. Up top to Achua. Achua kicks it out the paint. Now over to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right. Off the Achua screen. A mid-range pull-up jumper. Bridges splashes it. Mike said slow the game to your pace. They can, Mike. They can. You can slow the game to your pace because you no longer have a pace. Jalen Brunson is your pace. And without Jalen Brunson, you need quick offense, quick and easy baskets. As Bogdanovich falls away over Shamit again and gets it to go down. Campaign bringing it down. He has it up top. Coming to his left. Dancing around the Nachua screen. And they call a foul and Derrick Jones Jr. chasing him. You can't slow it down. You don't want to play a half-court game when you don't have Jalen Brunson. Keenan Hart said, I am very frustrated with Tibbs, not because we aren't going to win without JB, but because he won't try anything interesting and won't play young players. I'm just sick of it. I'm with you, Keenan Hart. That is the most frustrating part with me about Tom Thibodeau as well. You know, I can deal with the simplistic offense. I can deal with the stubborn defensive schemes. I can deal with that. What's frustrating as Achua gets fouled and won with a floater. Okay, Precious. Okay, showing other guys showing some offense tonight as they need to. I agree with you, Keenan Hart. Like I said, I could deal with a simplistic offense. I can deal with a stubborn defensive scheme. I can't deal with you being the least creative person on the planet. Right? Players are hurt and injured, and instead of getting creative with your lineups and trying different things in a time where you need to be trying different things, he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to play Campaign and McBride as the point guards. Never going to try them together at the same time. It's just frustrating. Campaign jumps the passing lane, but he can't hold on to it. Bogdanovich has it, kicks it out to Amir Coffey, who lines up a straightaway three as Campaign went for another steal. Amir Coffey comes up short. Josh Hart comes flying in for the rebound. Now full head of steam. Driving it down, gets stripped by Kawhi Leonard. That's not the guy you want to attack, Josh Hart. Bogdanovich kicks it out. Coffey, a right corner, pump fake, sets his feet, fires a right corner three, and he knocks it down. And a timeout yet again for the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau as it's back up to an 8-point game. 6:34 to go. (25-26) said, to be honest, the Knicks don't match up well with Cleveland either. I tend to agree. 25-26. I tend to agree. I know a lot of people are looking back to 2 years ago when Mitchell Robinson dominated that series and Isaiah Hartenstein also chipped in to help dominate that series. But that is not the same Cleveland Bigs that you'd end up playing in the playoffs this year. Evan Mobley, significantly better. Jared Allen, a lot more confident. They play a lot differently. And they would absolutely exploit the Knicks' inability to get guys out on the perimeter. Dutch B, what's up, Dutch? Fire Tibbs. This coach has reached his ceiling. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good way of putting it as well, Dutch. I appreciate that. It feels like he has reached his ceiling. It feels like he's done the most he can do. Like I said, I appreciate Tibbs for everything he's done with his organization and lifting them out of poverty. And a lot of that falls on his shoulders. He helped a lot with that. Obviously, a lot could also be attributed to Julius Randle's leap as a player, making an all-star team, making all-NBA teams. It could also be attributed to bringing in the Jalen Brunson and the Josh Hart trade and all the things that helped reset the culture and help bring everything together. But like you said, I think that was a perfect way of putting it. It feels like he's hit his ceiling with this team, right? It feels like it's time to get a fresh voice in there, a more modern offense, a more adaptable coach. Tom Thibodeau just isn't very adaptable. Justice's dad said, this is a lottery team without JB? Nah, I don't think so. They'd be a play-in team. They still got Karl-Anthony Towns. Mikal Bridges would step up and do some things. They're not a lottery team. They're not a lottery. You got Chicago down there, man. Like, they're better than Chicago. They're better than Philly. They're better than Chicago, even without Jalen Brunson. Better than those teams. Yak said, a fan rooting against us is sad. Yeah, I ain't never going to root against the Knicks. Like I said, never been a fan of Karl-Anthony Towns, but now that he's wearing a Knicks jersey, I'm going to root for the guy. I'm gonna root for him as if I've always liked him. I never really liked this game. But now that he's wearing orange and blue, what am I going to do? Be upset and root against him? Nah, I'm going to root for his success. Hopefully he figures it out. Mike said, well, we can't beat them by running with them, and we still don't rebound well. I mean, it's going to be your best opportunity to run with them. You need to find ways to get easy baskets. And the Knicks have not been able to find easy baskets in the half court. Nick Yak said, now the starters go back in a minute too late, but let's go. We got, 6 minutes? We got halfway the fourth quarter to pull this one out. Knicks down. Why is my score slightly off? It's an 8-point game. Mikal Bridges has it up top. It is 85-93. There we go. Bridges driving to his right. Zubac steps out. Bridges going along the baseline, pulling it back out. Leaves it off for Payne. Payne's going to pull it out to the three-point line. Back to Bridges. Bridges swings it over to Shamit. Shamit pump fake. Sidestep. Left corner three. Fading out of bounds. Can't get it to go. Bogdanovich a rebound. Bogdanovich has it up top. Gets it over to Kawhi. Kawhi in the post, being guarded by Shamit. Spins along the baseline, just blows right past him. And Kawhi gets fouled going to the basket. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mike said Hart is not a point guard in the shows. Yeah. I mean, they're not even playing him a point guard. So, yeah, man. Justice's dad said, without JB, we lose 9 out of 10 games. Maybe, man. Maybe, for sure, maybe. We'll see. This is a rough stretch in the schedule, especially on a West Coast road trip. This is going to be a rough stretch for everybody. Even with JB, this was going to be a rough stretch in the schedule. But without him, it's oof. Yak said we're averaging more assists than most years. We are. We are. Part of that is having really good players who make a lot of shots. Knicks haven't always had that. Efficient players who can make a lot of shots. Anunoby gets it over to Hart. Back to Anunoby. Driving to his right. In and out dribble. Fall away mid-range jumper. Well contested from Zubac. And now here comes Bogdanovich. Like I said, the Knicks really struggling in the half court to create good looks. Derrick Jones Jr. Left corner three. Can't get it to go. Amir Coffey fouls Josh Hart off the rebound. Prayers unbound. What's up, Prayers? Tibbs has the 3rd most wins in the NBA within the past 5 years. Where'd your comment go? 2 wins from second spot. There's too many better options out there. Oh, there's not too many better options out there. Yeah. I've talked about it before, Prayers. When you move on from Tom Thibodeau, it's going to be a risk. But it's a risk you're going to have to take. Nothing great was ever achieved without taking a risk. But it does feel like he's hit his ceiling. But with how much Tom Thibodeau gets outcoached in big games as Josh Hart knocks down a floater, it's very evident that it's going to be really difficult for the Knicks to ever win a championship with Tom Thibodeau as head coach. And if your goal is to win a championship, you need to act fast. You need to act fast when it comes time to improve the roster. When it comes time to improve the team. It's not just about getting better players in. You also have to get the best out of your coaching staff. And if Tom Thibodeau is no longer the guy, Towns lines up a deep three, a terrible shot, can't get it to go, Zubac with the rebound, then you're going to have to move on at some point. And that point may be now. It may be now. Harden has it up top of the foul line. Leaning in, step back, fall away, mid-range jumper, comes up short. Josh Hart with yet another, what does Josh Hart have? 18 rebounds tonight? Jeez Louise. Josh Hart shoves it over to Towns. Towns catches and pump fakes. Steps back. Straightaway 3 for Towns on a step back 3. Damn near airballs it. Anunoby picks it up. And Anunoby stepped out of bounds. David said, I would play Kolek some minutes. Only true point guard we have. Yeah, I mean, he should have always been trying to sprinkle in Tyler Kolek here and there. Should have always been trying to sprinkle in Paco Dadie here and there. But, that's another one of Tom Thibodeau's flaws. You look at Cleveland, and Cleveland is way deeper than the Knicks, and yet they find time to play their rookie, what's his name? Jalen Tyson. They find time to play him. It's like, okay. They can play their rookies, but the Knicks can't, and the Knicks are significantly thinner, as Towns ends up fouling Zubac. Justice's dad said lose by 20 to the Kings on Monday too. We'll see, man. That's why you play the games. That's why you play the games. Chi said, well, if this team only counts with Brunson, it means they are far, far from contenders, and heads have to roll. They shouldn't have not broken last year's team. They didn't want to break last year's team. They literally offered Hartenstein as Bogdanovic gets a tip up to go. And this game's starting to slip away from the Knicks a little bit. They literally offered Hartenstein the most amount of money they could offer him to keep that team together. And Hartenstein, like the Benedict Arnold that he is, and he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go out there to Oklahoma and have me a good time. Be a good backup center, you know? So, you know? That's Hartenstein for you. And the Knicks didn't have a center, so they had to go out and find a center. So unless you wanted to trade, actually, yeah, unless you wanted the Knicks' only offseason move to be to trade 2 first-round picks and Deuce McBride for Walker Kessler, the Towns trade and the Mikal Bridges trades, maybe not the Mikal Bridges trade, but the Towns trade, was the best offseason move for the Knicks to make. Especially considering that Randall is going to be a free agent. He has a player option, and he and the Knicks couldn't come to a deal on a contract extension. So you were either going to have to pay Julius Randle an obscene amount of money or trade for Karl-Anthony Towns. And the Knicks opted to trade for Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns misses another shot, comes up short yet again, but Zubac can't hold on to the rebound and goes out of bounds. And I forgot to give Clippers their 2, and the Knicks their 2. I'm so behind on my scoreboard. I apologize. Hattie said Tibbs should have sprinkled. He should have been sprinkling, man. Should have been hitting the sprinkler all season. McBride, a right corner 3, can't get it to go. Anunoby, an offensive rebound, gets blocked at the basket by Batum. And this game is slipping away from the Knicks here tonight. David said, our season ain't done. Just make playoffs and records are 0-0. Anything can happen. Trust me, we'll be there. Oh, for sure. For sure. They're going to be all right. You wanted to get Jalen Brunson either at the end of the month or in early April. Sounds like it might be the first week of April going into the second week of April. Obviously, there's only 2 regular season weeks in April before we get to the playoffs. Brunson will obviously be back before the playoffs. He'll be back ready for game 1 of the playoffs. But, you know, the Knicks are going to have to maintain the end of the season here without him. So, Hart said Deuce and 2 picks for Kessler would have been good. Now you have literally nobody off the bench, and you have no picks available to go make a superstar trade, trading 2 picks for Kessler, and you still have Julius Randle on your roster. And you'd have to pay an obscene amount of money for Randle. And you don't have Hartenstein. Clippers knock down both of their free throws. McBride in the air, kicks it out to Hart. Hart along the baseline, puts up the floater, gets it to go. Doug said, we already have our closing plan for the playoffs. Give JB the ball and let him cook. Yeah. Which is, you know, I mean, it's a good plan in the sense that Jalen Brunson's capable of doing it, but not a great plan in the sense that, like, nobody else gets involved because of it. Bogdanovic, one-legged jumper, can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound. It's a 9-point game with 2 minutes to go. Not looking great for the Knicks as they can struggle to generate offense here, but get it over to Anunoby. Anunoby driving to his left. Hero stepping down the lane, flips it up at the basket, can't get the layup to go. Anunoby looking for a foul call. He's not getting it. He looks frustrated and exacerbated, but with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter and a 9-point lead for the Clippers, it's looking rough for the Knicks here. Hart said, well, that's true, Chevy. I prefer Towns to Julius for sure. I think the Julius situation is underrated in the sense that, like, this is his last guaranteed year. Next year is a player option. And you either run the risk of losing him for nothing, losing an insane amount of value in trading him by him becoming like an untenable asset and an expiring contract. Like, who are you trading him for at that point? You know, like they literally traded for a guy who averages 27 and 13, 25 and 13 for Julius Randle, who's been pretty bad this year overall, and is gonna either get paid an insane amount of money, or the Knicks would have ended up losing him for nothing. You know. AB said, well, now we know Karl-Anthony Towns is not a number one. I think we've always known that, which is why whenever people come into the chat, and to be fair, Karl-Anthony Towns is injured with the knee. He's not injured, but he's hurting with the knee. And he's been up and down since the knee started hurting him. But it's always been frustrating for me when people come into the chat and they're like, Karl-Anthony Towns is our best player. And I'm like, are you crazy? Are you? Like, what? Are you watching these games? It's not even close. It's not even close. Keen Hart said, I think you mean exasperated, not exasperated. Listen, Keen Hart, it is 12:41 in the morning. I'm tired, man. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. AP said he's giving us nothing. Yeah, he's not giving us a whole lot when we need it. We needed it. Doug said getting Cat for Randle was a steal. Yeah, because you weren't getting anybody else that's better than Karl-Anthony Towns for involving Julius Randle in the deal. You know, to most other teams, he had negative value. Teams did not want Julius Randle. Minnesota doesn't want Julius Randle. You know, Minnesota has been looking to trade Julius Randle since they got him. They really made the trade for the Julius Randle contract so they can retrade and for Donte DiVincenzo. It was mostly for DiVincenzo and to get the contract that Randle has in order to trade him. So, Kennard said it's all good, Chevy. We're all exasperated. It's a long night, man. It's a long night to watch a Jalen Brunson-less Knicks. So I appreciate all y'all for coming in. True Knicks fans in the chat tonight. True Knicks fans in the chat. It is 12:42 a.m. here in the East Coast on a Friday night, and we're here watching a team that's down 9 points to the Clippers with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, and we're still hanging out, you know. Isaiah Gardner said, I feel like Randle's more aggressive in getting into the paint more than Cat. Not better player, though. Yeah, I mean, Randle's a physical player. That's who he is. That's who he is. And Randle's a really good player. He's really good, you know, but we know the flaws. We watched Julius Randle for, 4 years he was here? We know the flaws. We don't have to talk about it. Keenar said, not just the knee. He has a ligament injury in his hand. Where'd comment go? In his hand and the chip fracture in the wrist. Yeah, I mean, he's all messed up. He's all messed up, you know. So obviously that's affecting him. Part of the reason why his shooting has been way down. Part of the reason why his aggressiveness might be down as well. Towns has it in the corner now, driving to his left, putting his head down, attacking. Gets the layup to go. Timeout for the Clippers. 7-point game, 1:30 to go. David said, what's the best case scenario for us? I think the 6. The best case scenario for the Knicks is to remain as the 3 seed. It's the best case scenario. And it's definitely possible. It is definitely possible that they remain as the 3 seed. AB said, that's why I'm here to hang out with y'all. I don't like this team, so the chat is fun. I appreciate you, AB. I appreciate you, man. Keenar said, now Randle takes too many shots, not efficient, not a great defender, but he did play hard and didn't want to sit with injuries. Yeah, man, he gets a lot of credit for helping establish the culture, along with Tom Thibodeau, along with Jalen Brunson, along with Josh Hart, along with all the guys, right? Along with RJ, along with Quickly, even all the guys who ended up getting traded. They all get, part of the credit of establishing what we have now. And right now it's about trying to maintain, trying to build back after losing a lot of those guys who helped establish it. No more RJ, no more Quickly, no more Randle, no more Hartenstein. Mitchell Robinson just coming back from the injury. Like, a lot has changed with this team. A lot has changed. And now dealing with some injuries down the stretch of the season here. But Bogdanovich in the backcourt, gets it over to Harden. Harden hit ahead to Kawhi. Kawhi back out to Batum, back out to Bogdanovich, back over to Harden. Winding down the clock as much as the Clippers can. 7-point game. The Knicks have to either force a stop here, get a turnover, something. Harden flips it over the basket, gets a floater to go down, and that might be the nail in the coffin. DCL said, the Bridges trade, if we held out, we could have traded for a Zion, for example. Maybe. You know, I don't think as Bridges blows past Zubac for a layup, I don't think this Knicks team would have taken a risk on Zion. I know you're just using him as an example. But that, you know, this front office is very picky about who they bring in, you know? And part of the reason why they traded for Bridges was not because they trust him as a player and think he's going to be a really good player. Part of it was he's on a really affordable contract at a time where affordable contracts are going to be a premium in the NBA with the way the first and the second apron now work, right? So they did that for the contract reason. They did it for the fact that he's a really good 3-and-D player, has been throughout his career, and, you know, he's had a disappointing season. But that's also why they did it. And then the third reason why they did it is they knew they were going to end up trading Karl-Anthony Towns. You know, they knew that was going to happen. They knew that in order to make that deal work, they were going to have to include Donte DiVincenzo. They negotiated in it as much as they could to keep DiVincenzo out of the deal, but ultimately the deal wouldn't have gotten done. Minnesota told them, this deal is not going to get done unless you give us DiVincenzo. And so they made the Mikal Bridges trade because they knew they were going to lose DiVincenzo in the Towns trade, right? So it was like, okay, we have to act now. We're going to get Mikal Bridges, who's on a fantastic contract, 3-and-D guy. He'll fill in some of the Donte role. He'll help improve the defense. And then we'll make the Karl-Anthony Towns deal and we'll lose DiVincenzo. So all of it was a decision that worked in conjunction with each other, you know? Nothing was made in a vacuum. It wasn't... They didn't make a decision that is like, you know, they traded for Bridges and now they're like, now we don't know what to do. Oh, let's trade for Towns, you know. All of those offseason decisions were made together, essentially. Mark, appreciate you, Mark. I mean, it's late. I get it, man. I get it, for sure. The K got up Batum, now over to Harden. Harden has it up top, 30 seconds to go. As Bogdanovich lines up a 3, can't get it to go. Kawhi chases down the rebound, and that will end it over to Harden. And then McBride ends up fouling Harden, but that's going to be the end of it. Praise on Brown said, Bucks have a really tough schedule this month. We should be able to hold on to the 3rd spot. Yeah, the Bucks, they have a tough schedule. I mean, they also have Giannis and Lillard, so there's that. But also, we can look at the standings real quick. We can look at the standings. So the Knicks are here at 40 and 22. They'll be 40 and 23, I believe. They have Milwaukee at 3.5 games behind them. They have Indiana 4 games behind them. And Detroit 5 games behind them. So they have the opportunity to, they're not going to drop lower than 5. I think 5 is the lowest they'll get. I think Detroit's going to catch up to them. I think they're going to win enough games to stay ahead of those teams, but they can drop down to 4. They can drop down to 5. This month, it's just going to depend on if they're going to be able to hold on or not, man. It's going to depend. Isaiah said Dante's better than Mikal. I'm sorry. Yeah, that argument can be made for sure. I get that. But they were making the Towns deal, and they knew they were going to lose. They knew they were going to lose Donte, so they had to fill in that role. Mikal Bridges wasn't a bad option. Mike said, if and when we drop, we are going out early, and we have to start all over again. Ye have little faith, guys. Ye have little faith. AP said, whatever gets us fired is what I'm for. Yeah, I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Towns knocks down a right corner 3, but it looks like he stepped on the baseline, so it's not going to count. Big Taz said Towns disappeared. Towns dealing with a lot of injuries, man. Towns dealing with a lot of injuries. Yeah, I want him to play better, need him to play better. If you're out there, you have to play better. But, I'm looking at Bridges as well as Towns. If we go through the box scores real quick. Refs are reviewing this like it matters. This game is over. Towns, 9 for 22, 26 points, 10 rebounds. Bridges, 22 points, 4 boards, 6 assists. Josh Hart, 14, 19, and 6. Insane stats from Josh Hart. You just don't have enough scoring, man. You just don't have enough scoring. You don't have that superstar player out there in Jalen Brunson to put you over the edge on nights like tonight. Keenan Hart said Jokic with a triple 20 ball. All right, let's go around the league. Let's look at actual good games. Actual good games. The Cavs escaped the Hornets, beating them by 1. Raptors beat the Jazz. Grizzlies beat the Mavs, and the Mavs continue to free fall. Timberwolves beat the Heat. Thunder beat the Blazers. Nuggets beat the Suns, and the Kings beat the Spurs. Jokic tonight put up a stat line of 31 points, 21 rebounds, and 21 assists with 3 steals. Just casually dropping a 31, 20, and 20 game, a 30, 20, 20. I mean, just casual stuff from Nikola Jokic, who I know everybody feels like SGA has locked up the MVP award, and I think he is definitely the leader in order to win that. But goddamn, is this not a normal stat line? 31, 21, and 22 is not normal, man. That's not normal. 13 for 22, like super efficient, just casual. Aaron Gordon, 7 for 10 from 3. All right. All right, it was one of those nights. Couldn't miss. 149, 141 is a crazy score. It went into overtime. KD at 29. Booker at 34. Hattie said he's a robot. Keenan Hart said Jokic is the MVP. Yeah. K-Hazy, Jokic is insane, except against the Knicks. I mean, they have the Jokic stopper. They have Karl-Anthony Towns, Chichi said the Mikal trade was orchestrated by Brunson. That should have never happened. I think they asked Brunson, how bad do you want Mikal on the team? I think Brunson said, I would love Mikal on the team. McBride launches a 3 at the buzzer, can't get it to go, and that's going to end the game. 105-95 is the final score. Said our scoreboard would be correct, and that's it. I don't think Brunson orchestrated. I think the front office went to Jalen Brunson, and they said, how bad do you want Mikal Bridges on the team? And then he said, I would love Mikal Bridges on the team. Yeah, I want him pretty bad. They said, okay. And, they were negotiating with the Nets, and the Nets gave the Knicks all the tax. They said, the only way we're going to trade you, our best player, our crosstown rivals, is if you give us everything. And the Knicks said, we can't do that. What even is everything? And they said, 7 picks. And the Knicks said, that's too much. How about 5? They were like, how about 3 picks? They were like, nah. They said, how about 3 picks and Deuce McBride? They were like, nah. And that's the negotiating ended up going down. It's 5 picks. Whatever, man. Whatever. I don't care about them damn 8th graders. I don't care about them. I don't. Not right now. Not right now. I'm sure in the future I'll care about it, but not right now. K. Hazy said the Mikal trade didn't change the team greatly. It was Hartenstein leaving and the Cat trade. Yeah, that's what it was, man. It's not even the Cat trade. I mean, the Cat trade needed to be done because Hartenstein left. Everything happened. Everything that you don't like about this team can be traced back to Hartenstein being a Benedict Arnold. That's it. Prayers unbalanced at 22 assists is crazy. It's insane. There are teams in the NBA who don't rack up 22 assists. And your center just did that. So. AP said, how about we trade Tom Thibodeau? Hey, man, he's got to They just got to give him that promotion into the front office, man. They just got to give him the promotion to that front office. I don't want to hold you guys too long. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast. If you guys are also here on the East Coast, it's bedtime. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me to watch a Brunson-less New York Knicks take on an LA Clippers team at 10:30 with a 10:30 p.m. start time here in the East. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. We're going to be back on another late game on Monday. 2 days off, right? 2 days off. We got the weekend off, so y'all can catch up on some sleep. If you don't work on the weekends, I work tomorrow morning. Probably working Sunday morning as well. But the Knicks next game, where is it? The Knicks. Next time we play, what time? 10:30 start time. All right, remaining in California, playing against Sacramento. 10:30 start time for the New York Knicks. Oof. Oof. AP said promote him to janitor. 10:30 start time, 10 o'clock start time against Portland, 8:30 start time against the Golden State Warriors. And that should be our last late game, Portland, on Wednesday. 8:30 for Golden State is later than usual, but that's a primetime ABC game, so there's that. And then that's our last late game of the season. Yep, that's our last late game of the season. So we got, after tonight, we got 2 more. We got Sacramento, we got Portland, and then we're back on schedule. So I appreciate y'all. Like I've been saying, thanks for hanging out with me. Late night, I know, disappointing to watch a Brunson-less Knicks team end up losing to the Clippers. They just didn't have enough in the tank at the end there. But I'll see you guys on Monday, because we don't miss games. We don't miss games. So I'll see y'all on Monday. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good night. Bye.